I will respond in kind.
The Kimmer Show, every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. on XTRA 106.3 and the XTRA app.
An American detainee gets out of Syria. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Travis Timmerman says he was held for 7 months by the Assad regime, detained during a Christian pilgrimage. Now he's been flown out of Syria by the U.S. military.
Timmerman was freed along with thousands of other prisoners after rebel fighters ousted President Bashar al-Assad. In an interview with the Associated Press, he says he was held apart from Syrian and other Arab prisoners and did not know of any other Americans held in the prison. Officials at the White House have signaled renewed hope of locating American journalist Austin Tice, who was abducted in Damascus more than 12 years ago.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. A growing number of lawmakers demanding answers from the federal government as drone sightings spread.
If you see something, say something. I think that's become, if you see something, don't worry about it.
Vito Fossella is the Staten Island borough president in New York. The White House has said there's no evidence of any threat as the FBI investigates. The Texas Attorney General is suing a New York doctor for prescribing abortion pills to a Texas woman through telehealth. It appears to be a first-in-the-nation challenge to laws passed by Democrat-led states aiming to shield those prescriptions from abortion restrictions. The woman who accused 3 Duke lacrosse players of raping her nearly 2 decades ago now admits she lied.
It was back in 2006. Duke University lacrosse team had an off-campus party at their house, and a stripper involved claimed that she was raped by 3 of those lacrosse players. Now, yesterday, for the first time, from jail where she is serving a prison sentence for murdering her boyfriend, Crystal Mangum said, in fact, the rape never happened. It was a story she made up, and she offered 18 years later an apology.
Fox's Steve Harrigan. Mangum asking for forgiveness, saying at the time she was seeking validation. The lacrosse players who were suspended eventually reached an undisclosed settlement with Duke when the case was dismissed, and the prosecutor was just barred for withholding DNA evidence. America's listening to Fox.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation welcomed U.S. Army Specialist Brent Menard into a new mortgage-free smart home in Florida. Now, while on a road clearance mission in Afghanistan, Brent's vehicle was blown up by an improvised explosive device. Brett became a T4 paraplegic. Tunnel to Towers built him a specially adapted smart home that allows severely injured heroes like Brett to live more independently. We hope you'll donate $11 a month so this great work can continue. Just go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org.
Madam Giselle senses something in your future.
Is my boyfriend going to propose?
It's a big storm.
Wait, we're going to get in a fight?
No, a literal storm. Wind, heavy wind. I see a tree falling on your RV.
Oh, that's fine. I'm covered by Progressive. So, is my boyfriend there? Maybe on one knee?
The entire roof is crushed.
So, no ring.
Be prepared for the unexpected with Progressive, a leader in RV insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Product features subject to policy terms and may not be available in all states or for all vehicles and covered selections.
Ah, yes. The soothing sounds, the gentle sound. God, remember that? The gentle sound of... Hey, how you doing? Look out, it's only me. It's only the Kimmer 303 on Letter It Friday with Pete Davis, sidekick producer, and a jolly jingler there with his jumping Jack Flash outfit on. And the mechanical Magler at the controls, flounder as we begin your Letter It Friday. Yes, it's another beautiful day in the neighborhood as we head toward Christmas and the Christmas season. And there's stories and, things and stuff. And Pete Davis in the mountains of Macon with your Jingle Bell hat on. What's new with you, sir?
At least it's not freezing cold this morning. It's actually kind of nice.
Yeah, it was like 40 or something, which is kind of a nice change. And Flounder, I know I got a chance to hug your wife-to-be this afternoon, and all I can say is, Saturday! I hugged her twice, so there. Flounder couldn't even watch. I swear to God, the poor bastard. This sweet bride-to-be comes in here. She had a Christmas party nearby. And so she and some folks from the office came in and stuff. And so I said, get over, give me my hug. And so Flounder says, I'm good now. He actually left the rooms, so he didn't have to see it. Because he gets it anyway.
Candace said, Veronica was finishing the hug, and Kimberly goes, I'm not done.
I'm not done.
Creepy.
Well, she laughed. I mean, that's the key. She's a Kimmer, babe.
Nervous laughter.
She's spectacular in every way. There's nothing that would mess her up in any possible way. So, anyway, it was great to see her. And, boys, here we are. It's Friday. And here's our number, 404-741-1230. 741-1230. A lot of things. We have Pete's Tweets, Holy Crap at Sports. We also have... we have an offering from our Christmas treasure box. Yes, you have two fingers up. We have two treasure boxes. Oh, my God. Yeah, one I don't even know about?
No. I was waving to Mike. Mike was in the...
Mike.
He was in the...
Oh, I can't see it in there. Anyway, so we'll have a special offering from our Christmas treasure box. And... well, we'll do our little... Now, the other day... In fact, I've got to try to keep a track here. The other day, we did a Redneck Christmas. And then the day before that, the other day, we did a Holy Night. With the smart one from the morning show. It's a musical audition for Agnes Scott College of Music. So we did that, and today we're going to do a different one, and then all next week we're going to play them all. We'll do them whenever we feel like it. And by the way, I honestly... I'm not the best guy to be like the Christmas spirit of happy and good, wonderful thing. Well, I mean, if I had my kids with me and we're doing things and it was doing, it's a whole different thing. So, the situation here. But I'm feeling very Christmassy, and I got some Christmas delivery package type stories. In fact, what the hell's I guess FedEx and UPS all do things differently on where they leave stuff and how they document. And we'll get to that later. So let's do Christmas stuff. If we love your phone call inputs. If you have a favorite Christmas movie, they were talking about that before we came on this afternoon. If you have, what's the best Christmas movie? What's your favorite Christmas movie? Or maybe your favorite Christmas carol or song, whatever. Anyway, if you have a tradition or if you like Christmassy, share it with us. We're very happy to pass along. And again, there's a lot of bad news in the news. We're going to start with it here in a minute on death penalty stuff and the stripper and the liar. God, remember that lacrosse case? Oh, man. I mean, this was huge. And I hope they all got rich. I think they got millions, I'm assuming. Well, anyway, we got that stuff for us, too. Also, more reaction on the Biden pardons. All that stuff is coming up here, too. Let's see, 404-741-1230. Oh, and the freaking UFOs. Holy cow. I mean, now it's almost comical. And now the former governor of Maryland says, I've got video here of the dozens of them flying over my house out 25 miles from Washington, D.C. I'd like to say, well, it used to be see something, say something. Now it's see something, don't worry about it. What kills me, and now, of course, now they're also now they're also in Connecticut and California. So, but again, it's probably nothing. Anyway, and I'll bet it's a lot of people now flying their own personal drones just to mess up everybody else in the sky. So I'll bet 80% of it now is just people goofing around.
Well, that are they flying theirs to see what it is?
I guarantee you they know exactly what's going on, and here's why. Because if your drone is in the air at night, it has to have its lights on and it has to have a frequency signal that can be tracked. So therefore, either they know that and it's theirs. So, I mean, they're not telling, they won't tell us. You can't tell me that, as they say, well, we don't know anything, but we know it's not dangerous. Well, then you don't know it's not dangerous. I mean, the whole thing's preposterous. And now it's almost laughable. I mean, it's like, is this a thing or not? I mean, you can't stop talking about it. But again, what the hell? You're just flying around up there. Nobody seems to give a damn. So, I don't know. I think it's just idiotic.
Why does the federal government always believes like they're our dad and they got to hide stuff from us? Yeah. Just go ahead and tell us.
Well,
we don't care.
No, we don't. No, you can't really handle that kind of pressure.
I mean, yeah, that's how they act, like we're all 13-year-olds.
I know. It's the damnedest thing you ever saw. A couple other things in the news. We'll talk about Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, an injury, my ass. She was over celebrating the Battle of the Bulge or something, which I think was the anniversary when she got her breast implants, whatever. Anyway, so apparently she fell off the vodka table and hurt herself, and now she's in the hospital. I'll guarantee it was not an injury from something as though, like a steamroller ran over her foot during a parade or something. I guarantee you she was hammered or something bad, or she's having a stroke and she's almost 85 years old.
If she only had worn her William Holden drinking helmet. He'd still be with us today.
William Holden, of course, the very famous actor. One of my favorite actors, by the way, from the film. I mean, he was a great actor.
Stalag 17.
Yeah, oh my God.
Sunset Boulevard.
And going back to the bridge over the River Kwai, that was William Holden. I mean, what a great roles, great roles in great movies. And then he got drunk and he fell off, hit his head on a coffee table and killed himself, basically.
He went to bed and he bled to death.
Yeah. Unbelievable. And was it...
National Lampoon was selling the William Holden drinking helmet.
What me worry? Alfred E. Newman?
No, that's Mad.
That's Mad magazine.
Mad's never funny.
Oh, that's
National
right.
Lampoon was funny.
310, Kim Repeat and Founder. Okay, here we go. 404-741-1230, 741-123, and also 0. A quick news thing here, because I have to do this before 327, or I'm going to have a strongly worded letter put in my permanent file.
Wait till Pete's tweets. We're all going to get one.
Yeah, in fact, we'll tease the Christmas. In fact, I can't go to the Christmas party.
You're going to the damn Christmas party.
My eyes really bother me. And for one thing, for one thing, there's something going on. I don't know whether this is a sty coming out or I've got a pinprick cut in there or something. It's not right, and it's kind of hooding, and it's something, I don't know. And I don't...
Cut me.
Yeah, cut me, Doc, cut me. Sparky, whatever his name was.
Sparky.
Yeah. What was his name?
Rocky, Sparky.
Cut me, Lou. What was it, Lou? Was it Lou? Cut me, Lou. What the hell was the phrase?
Oh, what was it? Rocky.
Oh, my God. It's a famous phrase. Cut. And he had the guy's name in it.
Was it Burgess Meredith? He wasn't the cut guy.
No. Oh, what was it? How could you not remember? How could I not remember that phrase? Because the name was part of the phrase.
Paulie? Was it Paulie? No,
that was his brother.
No, his cousin.
Their cousin, whatever. Anyway, we'll figure it out. 311. But the other thing is, I mean, the fact of the matter is, in fact, I just saw a story today that most company workers now are not going to Christmas parties because there's so much pressure to socialize and nobody, you're not supposed to drink and everybody does this. And the other thing is, I mean, I feel like a science experiment right now. But I mean, by myself as I'm older than everybody in the building, and it's, I mean, what am I going to walk around and watch all the happy couples, having fun and sharing drinks and Christmas memories and stuff? Yeah, that'd be great.
Cut me, Mick.
Mick, was that
That's it?
That Flounder to the rescue. Cut me, Mick. That was, remember? Oh, yeah, Mick. Yeah, that was Burgess. Or not, Burgess Meredith.
No, he wasn't the cut. He was his trainer.
Well,
he wasn't the cut
who the hell
guy.
was Mick?
The cut guy.
I know, but I can't remember the actor. Anyway, whatever. Cut me, Mick. That's what it was. 312. Okay. And they're going for the death penalty against the case of that little girl. She was 12 years old. Jocelyn Nungaray. Remember this? In Texas? She was going to the store to get a soda at a convenience store. And these two scumbag Venezuelan gangbangers who were 26 and 22 years old, somehow convinced her to go into a nearby bridge overpass, which is where they strangled her. They took her clothes off. They raped her, and they killed her and threw her body over the bridge into the canal below, into the bayou, assuming that the water and the creek would wash away their DNA. And they got caught, and the DA now in Houston says, guess what? We're going for the death penalty.
Good.
No kidding. And I hope now this is obviously to get them to plead guilty. But if they should not cave in, if they're serious and they have this evidence, and I think they do, no question about it, let the jurors in Texas decide what should happen to these guys. Don't let them plead. Do not accept the plea. Now, I don't know whether a judge has to accept the plea. In other words, if they go into court and the defense attorney says, Your Honor, we plead guilty, but they won't accept our plea, I wonder if the judge can make them accept the plea of guilty. I don't know. But hey, we'll find out. Anyway, holy cow. Oh, and the lacrosse case. Oh, my God. And we got that. Plus, we'll do Christmas stuff. We got Pete's tweets and Flounder's funnies. And it's Friday. Come on. What's up? How you doing? What's going on out there? Merry Christmas. 404-741-1230. Kim, Pete, and Flounder. What's going on? Here we go.
Hey, it's Rhino from The Morning Extra, getting your weekday morning started from 6 to 10 a.m.
Running this country is not difficult if you have the political will to do so. 1.8 million federal employees. That is 300,000 more than Amazon. 1.5 million more than who runs Microsoft. Like, we're talking like these worldwide conglomerate massive companies that are changing the world.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on XTRA 106.3 FM and the XTRA app.
La-da-doo-la-da-da. It's Christmas time. It's also open enrollment time. If I sing it, it makes it feel better. Trying to get your health insurance. Oh, my God. Oh, no, I got an answer for you. It's the health insurance doctor. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's true. This is a great idea. Think about this. If you're self-employed particularly, maybe have your own business, you're self-insured, chronic illness, there it goes. Everything's gone. Well, how about Obamacare? Sorry, didn't mean to make a joke on you about Obamacare, Schmamacare. Get somebody to talk to you on the phone, be pretty lucky. Well, I got a guy named Steven. It's the health insurance doctor. That's the name of the place, the health insurance doctor. He's got a better non-Obamacare, Schmamacare plan, available year-round stuff, no open enrollment thing, $0 deductible plan. How about that? How about no copay when you go see the doctor? How about the nationwide PPO thing, whatever that is? He's got clients, says Steven now, the health insurance doctor, clients saving 60% over Obama Schmama, like $10,000 in premiums for your family or your business or your company, whatever that. He's been serving Metro Atlanta for decades, thousands of satisfied customers, and guess what? It's free. You don't pay him. It's absolutely free. He'll look up the stuff, do all the fine print, get the comparison. I mean, he does the job for you. That's what he does. He loves this stuff. You know, I love geeks, and I'm not saying he's a geek, but he can sure act like one if he needs to for your benefit. Here's the deal. You don't pay. Here's the number. 678-523-0759. Look him up on the web, healthinsurancedoctor.net.
Military veterans are eager to transfer their skills and experiences to civilian life, but lack trusted connections to expedite their path to success. The civilian world can be confusing, and veterans do not need to journey through it alone. When you reach out to the Warrior Alliance, we will guide you to the best-in-class resources that can lead you toward renewed purpose after serving our nation. Find out why thousands of warriors have found success after service after engaging with the Warrior Alliance. For assistance, go to thewarrioralliance.org or call 404-210-1776.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal. Hi, my name is Steve from Marietta, and we hired ATL Turfco to build our dream backyard golf setup. They installed a large 4-hole putting green, a sand bunker, a short game area, and did a full conversion to artificial grass around the pool with decorative retaining walls. ATL Turfco was really creative. They were efficient. The installation was a breeze. Price was completely reasonable, and I definitely appreciated their communication throughout the project. I would definitely recommend ATL Turfco to anybody thinking about doing a backyard makeover. You can check them out online right now at atlturfco.com.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. Okay, you're driving along. Suddenly you hear that horrible sound of metal and crunching. It's an accident. Even if it's a little minor fender bender, man, that could be a nightmare. First, obviously, take care of yourself. But before you make a deal with an insurance company or anybody else, call David Van Sant with Van Sant Law. You know why? Because he used to work for the insurance company, so he knows how to get the right settlement and right away. Van Sant Law, don't forget, if you don't get paid, they don't get paid. Protecting your interests. Insurance is great, but it's complicated. 855-GA-INJURY or vansantlaw.com.
I am Michael Green, chef and third-generation owner of Matthew's Cafeteria, located on Main Street in historic downtown Tucker, Georgia. We have been serving Southern comfort favorites since my grandparents opened the doors in 1955. 70 years later, Matthew's is still preparing those same recipes. Come in today, grab a tray and sit down to award-winning fried chicken, turkey and dressing, hand-peeled mashed potatoes, and made-from-scratch biscuits, pies, and cobblers. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 6 days a week. Come and see us today and experience the Matthews way.
The Morning Extra, Neil Bortz, and The Kimmer Show are all online for you anytime at thepodcastpark.com. Plus all of Extra's exclusive podcasts like Ben Burnett, Janelle King, and so much more. All at thepodcastpark.com. Presented by Associated Credit Union.
Yeah, How you doing, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder? 319. Let her rip Friday. Calls coming up. Hold everything. It's that San Diego thing, right, Flounder? Okay, good. He's got to help you out, the poor bastard. I don't know anything. I'm sorry. It's just I don't know anything. That was a weird story. Pete, you'll remember this. 1915. I think you had just been born. It's probably early in your memory. 1915, the city of San Diego offered a rainmaker named Charles Hatfield $10,000 in 1915 to bring rain to the city during a severe drought. This was on this day, okay, December 13th, Friday the 13th, by the way. By the end of January, the streams were overwhelmed and caused major flooding. 20 people died when the dam burst. The city refused to pay the guy his $10,000, and by the time it was done, there were like 50 people dead in the Hatfields flood from San Diego. I bet they remember that stuff. And this was a song. Who's this, Fonder?
This is Widespread Panic.
Of course. And this was about?
So this is about Charles Hatfield, the rainmaker, who pretty much got sulfur into the clouds and into the air, and supposedly that's what caused the rain to come.
But it's amazing. Now, how would they even know about that, or why would they do a song for that, I wonder? And the funniest thing, they come up with the song idea.
The lead singer doesn't have a fictional bone in his body, so all the lyrics he writes about is about true things.
No kidding. Wow. And Pete, what now? You got a wolf up there?
Breaking news. Breaking news.
What do you got?
Nancy Pelosi has fractured her hip after falling down marble staircase in front of European dignitaries.
Yeah. Guess what? She fell off the vodka table. I swear to God, they have in fact, they have an IV. They have a Nancy Pelosi IV line for vodka and schnapps. I think her favorite is peppermint schnapps. I used to keep that in my golf bag playing golf in the winter times. Get a couple of shots of peppermint schnapps, you're going to be fine. Nancy, they said she had an accident. She was in an accident. My ass, she was drunk. Anyway, let's get to the phones as we continue here. Adam, you're on the radio. Spot Tunes coming up. Hello, Adam. Happy Friday, man. What's up?
Hey, guys. Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Semper Fi. I just want to say on this whole drone thing, the feds knew where every person from January 6th was, even the grandmothers just walking through the Capitol, but they can't tell us about these drones.
Yeah.
They're lying to us. That's all I got to say about
thanks.
that.
You're right. I mean, absolutely. I mean, this is all nonsense. I mean, it's the same thing like the FBI, talking about the number of people at January 6th. Well, we'll get to that here in a second, too. First, Swatoon. Happy Let It Rip Friday, Swatoon. How's it going?
Okay, man. I'm getting ready to go home soon. First of all, Nancy Pelosi, saying stuff happened to her husband. We didn't know what's going on until later. But second of all, one thing what I'm confused about, maybe you can help me understand, or maybe your listeners can help me understand, is why is it okay to have the Democrats to scream it's okay to have an abortion, but they are not okay with death penalty for criminals who kill or rape other people?
Swatoon, the only answer is that it's just phoniness. I mean, it's hypocrisy from the very beginning. Either something is true or it's not. Either you're pregnant or you're not. Either there's alive or not. I mean, it's so simple, and they can't stand it because they always want to try to do what they think is the best thing for everybody else according to their opinion because they know better than the rest of us. I mean, it's just, there's no sense to it.
Well, yeah, I mean, just like I said, it's just, I mean, the kids that they abort, one of them could have actually become a doctor and cure the cancer, cure Alzheimer's. The other one is just going to get probation, get out to kill more people, and then going to spend the rest of his life or her life in the jail.
And
I don't get it.
Yeah, the thing where I even hate to get into the debate, one, because I'm a man, and I think that somehow makes a difference because nothing's growing inside of me that anybody wants. But the other thing is, for the people who say, they're strictly against abortion except for rape, well, what if it's the prom king and the prom queen and they get drunk and they start making love and she says no and he goes ahead anyway and therefore impregnates her, therefore that's rape, therefore she has it could be the best baby who's ever born and the baby didn't do anything. So if you believe that that's okay for abortion for that, then you believe in abortion. If you do or you don't. Either it's okay under some circumstances, then it's okay. Then there are reasons why it's okay. So if it's okay philosophically and morally, then you don't have an argument to say that it's not okay. And you see what I mean? It's just hypocrisy. Either it is or it isn't. It's that simple. So. Yeah.
And also, I have one more question.
Yeah.
Why all these drones are showing up at places where the gun laws are extremely strict, but not in Georgia?
Yeah. I'd like to see about 400 of them flying over Alpharetta sometime, Macon or something, Blue Ridge. Yeah.
Somebody asked up here, how come the locals...
I'll talk to you next week.
All right, thanks, Matoon.
Someone asked up here, why didn't the local constabulary shoot them down? And if not, they wanted the answers. Why haven't they shot him down yet?
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, again, the whole thing is just getting weird. I mean, at first it was a major thing, and now I'm thinking, oh, my, well, I guarantee you most of what's going on up there is nonsense. That it's just, people now flying their own drones and things like that. But again, if it's at night and the lights are off and you're not on the frequency, you're breaking the law. You're breaking 2 federal laws.
Right. That's dangerous.
And it's $75,000 per count. And it is dangerous. And it is, it's just the wrong thing to do in America today, especially now. Ever since 9/11, really, we always have to suddenly be alert for an attack. I mean, we don't want to feel that way, and it's probably nothing to it. But still, it's just wrong. It's wrong to do that. I mean, it's inciting division and hate and worry and anxiety and fear, and it's almost freaking Christmas. And you got to do it now? And by the way, if this is a private company, how come they haven't come forward like UPS or Amazon or somebody say, oh, God, sorry, man, we didn't mean to confuse everybody. It's just us doing our stuff. We should have notified somebody. If it were private companies, they would have told somebody. Unless they're up to something they don't want anybody to know. I mean, there's no reason. I can't understand the reason. And why wouldn't you acknowledge it unless you're in it? The government, I guarantee, knows every one of those drones. I'll bet you they've identified every one of those freaking drones, and they know exactly where they're coming from and what they're doing. I'll bet you they have.
The federal government is so incompetent, they have no clue what's going on.
I'll bet you they got some geek somewhere with the eavesdropping stuff. They say they can listen to every phone call in the world. I guarantee you they know something more about those drones than they're ever going to tell. I mean, this whole thing's a crock. It's freaking stupid. All right, hold everything. Oh, so now we did a newsy thing there, so now I get to do my birthdays. Our birthday list includes, and by the way, this was so sweet this morning. Taylor Swift is 35 years old. Tay, okay, baby. Now, this morning, this was incredible. By the way, it's 3:26. Our morning show memorial time check time. Apparently, they're now, I was listening to it this morning, it was incredible. They're now doing birthdays and history. I swear to God, they were all over Tug because he was talking about Tay-Tay's birthday, and they say, oh, what are you, in the Kimber show or something? And then the poor bastard had to talk about sitting on the dock of the bay with Otis Redding and how it was sometime in history, and they're going, oh, my God. Say he's changed. And they're ripping me for my time checks. I can't help it. It's not changing either. Anyway, and now your today's history note while we're at it. In fact, this is kind of appropriate, things we're just talking about. 2001, this day, Operation Red Dawn. And yes, it was named after the movie. Operation Red Dawn, fresh from the 9/11 attack, the Pentagon released video for Americans to see Osama bin Laden bragging about the terrorist attack. The al-Qaeda leader said the deaths and destruction achieved on 9/11 were way beyond his most optimistic expectations. This day in 2001, 2 years later to the very day, the fat, hairy bastard was captured hiding like an a-hole maggot in a spider hole near the farmhouse in Tikrit, Iraq. And then zoink. And by the way, didn't they hang him by pulling him up? I don't think they dropped him through a trap hole. I think they put the noose around his neck and yanked him into the air while he dangled until he strangled himself. Which is, probably pretty much, the funny way of looking at it. 3:28, 3 o'clock hour. Sponsored by our good friends at First Liberty Building and Loan. We say yes when the big banks say no. At FirstLibertyGA.com. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. All right, the lacrosse story. Holy cow. I mean, this is unbelievable. The former stripper, Duke lacrosse players, 2006, almost 20 years ago. The former stripper, Crystal Mangum, says, I made it up. I made it up. Flounder, in fact, here's Crystal herself talking about what she did to the 3 Duke lacrosse players in 2006.
I testified falsely against them by saying that they raped me when they didn't. And that was wrong. And I betrayed the trust of a lot of other people who believed in me. And made up a story that wasn't true because I wanted validation from people and not from God. And that was wrong. And I hope that they can forgive me.
She refers to them, the three boys are men now, obviously men then, of course, as brothers in the biblical sense. I want them to know I love them. They didn't deserve that. I hope they can forgive me. Almost 20 years later, accused the men of raping her when she was doing a team party as a stripper. And again, as I recall, one of the facts of the case was one of those guys actually tried to help her into the car because she was so drunk. He was actually being a gentleman to walk her, make sure she got into the car okay. And then she turned on him. And if you forgot, the vicious part about this is that the former DA, Mike Nifong, or Nifong, whatever his name is, said there's no doubt a sexual assault took place. Remember Nancy Grace and CBS News, and everybody was saying, he said they raped that girl, and man, three of them gang, oh, God, horrible, God. And they said, this guy, the DA said, we got DNA evidence proving they did it. And, of course, that was not true. Turned out to be they didn't do it and didn't have any DNA evidence. The coach, the freaking Duke University president, Richard Broadhead, took action against the team, and he accepted the lacrosse head coach's resignation and suspended the players and kicked them out of school. And they were charged, and of course they were found innocent because they didn't do it. But it's only now, and they sued the school, and I think they got millions.
Yeah. They called him guilty, though. They called him guilty
everybody
for
did.
months.
Yeah, and again, this is 2006. This is pre-Me Too business. So this was kind of the beginning of the gotta believe the girl, and even there was no evidence of anything, and yet they still.
It was a race thing.
That's right. It was a race thing. It was all a race thing, and everybody was in on it. And as far, I don't think there's been one single. The DA finally got caught, and he got disbarred forever. They kicked him out and be doing law. He should have been in prison. He should have been serving the freaking 20 years. I mean, honestly, the DA who knew that they didn't do it.
He made up stuff. He lied about the evidence. Yeah.
He should have been in prison for 20 years. I mean, the whole thing, it's just, and finally, and she has mental illnesses, and they knew it for a long time. She's also in prison for murdering her boyfriend, stabbing her boyfriend to death after setting her house on fire with her 3 kids inside once before that. So the girl obviously has some issues, so it's nice that she says something, and I hope those 3 guys they transferred school. One of them stayed there, and the other 2 had to leave. Anyway, God. And the pardons coming up now, 3:31. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Letterman Friday. How you doing? And funny stuff. Hold on. Don't go. Tweets coming up. Look out.
Following this historic election, the news from the left is louder than ever.
Toxic personalities don't have political affiliations.
Which means you need voices you can trust to make sense of it all. XTRA 106.3 is dedicated to earning that trust every day with trusted local and national voices, Atlanta radio legends like Neil Bortz and the Kimmer, and the international resources of Fox News. This is your community and your voice. The conservative voice of Atlanta, XTRA 106.3 FM.
Morning show Memorial time check, 3:32. 404-741-1230. Don't worry, I'm not going to keep doing it. Pete Davis is throwing up at his little mountain retreat up there in the mountains. I'm making because at 3:32. How you doing? Okay, well, I guess I'll lock myself up for safety. Wouldn't you like to just lock yourself up for safety once in a while? Well, they're going to come up with something like that at Atlanta Safe House. And it's kind of a holly jolly, ho place these days because Atlanta Safe House up in they have a showroom in Ackworth, Industrial Boulevard. And they are a Toys for Tots drop-off location at Atlanta Safe House. And they have a big box up there, and if you'd like to donate a little something while you're up looking at safes and seeing what's going on, or just to drop by, if you're in the area, just drop by and say hi. Just, and say Merry Christmas, and hope you guys are doing great. Happy New Year. Man, the business is booming. Everything's going great. A lot of people are buying guns in particular, and they don't forget, every gun safe, no sales tax. Of course, you're running out of time for the rest of the year. And especially the brands, the rebates and sales. Browning, holy cow, they're almost giving them away. No sales tax for gun safes the rest of the year. And they will, the thing about Atlanta Safe House, Jeff and Mark and the whole crew, they are real anti-woke, pro-America Constitution stuff. There was a scandal with other companies like last year, and you should know that Atlanta Safe House will never give up your master reset code or any of that stuff with this non-woke people. You can forget it. They have the best delivery system. The police, off-duty firefighters, and military stuff to make sure you can trust them in your home or office. Pistol safes and gun safes, and they've got them all. The home of the Kimmer safes. Keep your things like medical records and your living will and real estate transactions, marriage, divorce. You know, other stuff in there, plus your personal things, money, cash, and those mementos through your life. Anyway, please tell them the Kimmer sent you. Stopping up at the showroom in Akron. Look them up on the web. Those pistol safes are gorgeous, by the way, and a great Christmas gifts. Ho, ho, ho. And a showroom collecting for toys for tots. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Hey, Roswell. Looking for the perfect bite this football season? Head on over to Nucky's Hoagie's Roswell Corners, where every sandwich is crafted with love by us.
The Sub Sisters,
Stacy
and Shannon. Whether you're looking to cater a football tailgate party or grabbing lunch to go or dining in, we've got delicious Nucky's menu items for you. When you bite into a Nucky's Hoagies, you'll taste the difference. The softest hoagie rolls ever, with the freshest ingredients that'll make your taste buds dance.
Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell Corners on Woodstock Road your new favorite sandwich spot.
Stop dreaming, start driving. Get the gift that keeps on giving with the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration at RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Each of our certified pre-owned vehicles undergoes an exhaustive process of analysis, inspection, and reconditioning until it meets the uncompromising standards of RBM of Atlanta and Mercedes-Benz. For a limited time, get financing from as low as 3.24% APR special financing. In addition, you'll receive unlimited confidence with Mercedes-Benz's unlimited mileage warranty, delivering continued assurance for up to 7 years. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this vehicle and many other models, and visit today to see how to qualify. We'd love to welcome you to the RBM of Atlanta family. Not all offers apply to all vehicles, and special financing available to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Services through January 2nd, 2025. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call 770-390-0700 for details.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand and Mr. Buck's brand sweet onions. Each brand brings savory, sweet deliciousness to every meal. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand and your Mr. Buck's brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
Life takes a toll on all of our bodies. It's inevitable and part of growing older. Whether it's sitting for hours at our computers or working a physical job, our bodies pay the price. It's hard to accept, but at some point, the pain gives us no choice. Now, we can't turn Father Time back, but there is an effective way to turn back the clock on pain, and that is Relief Factor. It was developed by doctors, and Relief Factor helps support your body's response to inflammation. And the difference, instead of masking pain, Relief Factor helps eliminate it for good, and it's 100% drug-free. If the pain that comes with living a full life is affecting you, do what I've done. Turn back the clock on pain with Relief Factor. Their 3-week quick start is $19.95, less than $1 a day. And when you feel good, it's amazing how much more you can get out of life. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 800-4-RELIEF. 800-4-RELIEF. Try it for $19.95. While we can't stop aging, not yet, we can stop pain with Relief Factor.
XTRA 106.3 is dedicated to being your conservative voice as things change in Washington. We bring you trusted local and national voices, Atlanta radio legends like Neil Bortz and the Kimmer, and the international resources of Fox News. The conservative voice of Atlanta, XTRA 106.3 FM, and streaming across Georgia on the XTRA 106.3 app.
Yeah, we got a drone down. But it's not really a major story, but it's a drone down. Hold on. Sorry, Flounder. A little music here for you. Foghat, baby. Slow Ride 1975 Foghat got into the top 40. Millions of impressionable young rockers learned to jam to it courtesy of Guitar Hero 3. And I guess, did you guys ever do Guitar Hero? Were you Guitar Hero guys?
I was not.
No?
I actually played a real guitar.
I tried to take, God bless America, I tried to take guitar when I was in New Orleans years ago. And I bought a guitar, and I wanted to take flamenco. And I hired this kid at Tulane University. He was he used to be a great guitar player. And he taught me how to, I was reading notes and how to pick, doing finger stuff, not strumming. But I don't have the fingers. I couldn't, it was so hard. I couldn't really reach, and they wouldn't coordinate properly. I mean, I could,
Well, how can you learn from a flamingo? They have no hands to even hold the guitar. We just hold it up to their beak.
It was just squawking. We had a little language thing. We had 2 squawks, man. Your third finger on the left hand.
You know how I know you're gay? Instead of learning how to play Slow Ride or Led Zeppelin, I want to learn how to be a flamenco guitar player. Because that comes in handy at parties all the time.
Oh,
does anyone play flamenco?
Oh, my God. You're such an a-hole. I mean, jeez.
Who learns to play flamenco?
I wanted to be able to play be a really good, got a beautiful guitar. Oh my God! What do you mean why? For the girls, you idiot!
So you could go down to the east end of Bourbon Street, the funny end.
We actually have audio from him getting lessons.
Oh, here it is right now. I liked it hard as a rock. I kept it all the way to 100. Period. I think that's out of context. Yeah, Bella just left, by the way. She waved to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Bella. Oh, and by the way, I heard her this morning talking about her hair. I told you I was playing. I was playing with the hair the other day, and I was made a big thing about it. Well, no, she has beautiful hair, and she usually has it in a knot or something like a goof. And so I always, whenever she has it down and real pretty, I always remark about it. And so this morning on the radio with the morning show guys, and by the way, our official Memorial Morning Show time check. 3:40. She was talking about how pretty her hair was and how people were remarking about it. So there you are. And again, so I'm not in trouble in any way. Our birthday listing, it's Let It Rip Friday. Everything's fine. 404-741-1230. And we're going to do something special here in just a second. Our birthday list includes Jamie Foxx, 57. He beat Shazam, it says here, and also, I guess it was a stroke. Anyway, and by the way, speaking of, I heard the morning show guys talking about his new special, or his documentary, or there's a new something on somewhere. Yeah,
he's got a new stand-up.
And apparently, this morning they were saying that it starts off real slow. I think it was the smart one was saying that it starts off really slowly, and it's really not very interesting, and he was almost going to give up on it like 15 or 20 minutes in. And then he said it was really funny or, spectacular, and people were crying, all this stuff. And I got to thinking to myself, is it wrong of me to remember that Jamie Foxx is in love with Castro's Cuba and Venezuela, and that he hates America that stands for things like, anything the Republicans stand for, and he's been calling me white supremacist and racist and hates what we stand for? That Jamie Foxx? How about kiss my ass? I don't care. Too bad. I'm glad you lived, okay? But I don't give a damn, and I don't care about you because you don't care about anybody who stands for what's right in this country. And by the way, the crap you stand for just got creamed in the last election. So, happy freaking birthday. And I'm not watching your stupid show. And you deserve to get romped on because, he made people cry because he almost died. Well, so what? Sorry, was that me or was that you?
No, that was me. These idiots that keep calling.
I know. Well, hold on.
We got them down.
We're doing a thing here with Peter in just a second, whatever that means. And by the way, on one historical note, which is of interest, and Peter, I know you'll appreciate this too. 1862. You already know what I'm talking about. One of the bloodiest battles of the Civil War, Fredericksburg, Virginia. Union General Ambrose Burnside kept attacking the entrenched Confederate soldiers under Robert E. Lee. For 2 days he tried, and for 2 days he failed. Finally, the Union troops had to retreat, but not before leaving at this one battle 12,000 casualties. The Battle of Fredericksburg in 1862. 404-741-1230, 343, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And so, we got a Christmas party coming up. And speaking of that, we got some reaction from, among other things, about Christmas parties and how much fun we're all going to have. But first, we got Pete, and we got tweets, and we got a thing we call Pete's Tweets.
All right, let's start with a little look inside the world of major market radio, shall we?
The major market radio look.
All right. An exchange of emails occurred today I'd like to share with you.
All right.
We don't usually do this.
No, it's very uncommon. Secrecy and privacy are. Yeah.
That's right. But we're hiding names, and we're not, there's no inside secrets being told here.
We're now sharing with you. Yes.
That's right. The first, this brings us all in a big circle.
It does.
So everybody draw close.
We're
to
a
the
family,
radio.
a total family.
The first comes from one of our bosses who shall go nameless. I think you call him Steve.
Yeah.
A kind-hearted email of good cheer that reads, "Look forward to seeing most of you at the holiday party tomorrow night." Now, most people would have smiled a warm smile and carried on with their day after reading such a nice message. But this is radio, and there are two ways you could interpret this. You could read it to look as, "I look forward to seeing most of you at the holiday party. Some of you can't make it, but most of you can."
Yeah.
Or you could read it like, "I look forward to seeing most of you at the holiday party." So someone, also nameless, quickly responded, "Who are the folks you're not looking forward to seeing?"
Could you name them for me, please?
To which Steve replied, "You know what I'm saying." To which another person wrote, "It's me. He meant me."
He meant me.
Yeah. I think we all know it's Kimmer that he's not looking forward to seeing.
No, it won't be. We'll make you wander around like an old goof. I mean, seriously. In fact, I kind of interrupt here for a second. The fact of the matter is, I was thinking about this driving in. I said, there's no way this will be any good. Plus, my face is exploding. But secondly, I said, like 20 years ago, it would have been this. They would have, if they were saying, "Boy, Kimmer's going to the Christmas party," they would have said, "Hey, guess what? Kimmer's coming to the Christmas party." Nowadays, it's more like, "Oh, that poor bastard. Look, is that the Kimmer? Oh, God."
Is he leaving alone again?
Yeah, he's wandering around trying to look for something to do with couples.
Is he revving his engine outside again? Oh,
it's
that's
so wrong.
Sad.
So bad.
That's so sad. By the way, all my friends are going to some singles party tonight up around Tennessee.
You got to go up there.
To get. No, because I'm going to rest this weekend, so I'll be in fighting shape by Monday. I'm going to finally get rid of the back problem and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it has to be funny to stand there and watch people out there mingling, trying to meet other people.
Deliberately
I
single
gave up
party?
on that a long time ago.
I deliberately meet singles party kind of deal?
It's a singles type mingling thing. I thought I would love to go just to sit there and watch it.
Did you ever do one of those 5-minute introduction thing where you go to a table and talk to a girl for 5 minutes or 3 minutes and you go to the next one, the next one, and the next one?
I'm horrible at first impressions, both getting and receiving. I received a text last night that has opened up my eyes about a Christmas song. Do we have time to do this right now?
Absolutely. We can do anything we want.
Absolutely.
All right. I've been listening to this Christmas song my entire life, and this opened my ears to it. I had no idea there was such profanity in such an innocent little jingle.
Whoa. Really?
I'm talking about Brenda Lee's "Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree." Have you heard about this?
No. The new... no.
If you could, Flounder, please play the beginning of the song, and, of course, you'll know when to stop it.
All right. Little Brenda Lee started singing, I think, at 13 years old.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop.
Oh, wait a minute.
Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll...
All right. Here we go. I think you know, but you don't know. No.
Hold on, Flounder. Easy. We're late for a break. He's nervous. It's my fault. Go ahead.
Just don't. Don't get ahead of me. All of you heard her saying, later we'll have some pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie. That's the last thing she said.
Now we're going to play that again, and this time I want you to replace the word pumpkin with a variation of the F word like you're using it as an adjective. Play it again, Sam.
Okay. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling.
You'll never hear that song the same way again.
Well, the thing that got me was this is the line, something like we could hang some mistletoe in a secret place or something like that, if those are the words. Anyway.
No, she's saying F and pie.
Yeah, she might be saying that indeed. It's like your Vulcan ears. Spock. Got by his Vulcan ears. Anyway, the Peach Streets are 348. Brenda Lee and the whole group here on 106.3. Merry Christmas. Hey, look out.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the XTRA 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the XTRA 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
Hey, it's front office lows for Howard Brothers and Kawasaki. Don't let winter slow you down this year. Stay prepared with Kawasaki parts. The parts that keep your equipment ready for action no matter the season. Kawasaki genuine parts are designed to deliver the durability and performance you can rely on. And you can find these dependable parts at Howard Brothers. They've got everything Kawasaki, from engines and blades to belts and filters. All things to keep your machines in peak condition year-round. Make this winter your most productive one yet with Kawasaki and Howard Brothers.
Who doesn't want a great smile? The world seems brighter because it is. Hey, it's a Kimmer. How's it going? You know, that's only one reason to see my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler at Atlanta Smiles. The other reason, of course, is to take care of your teeth, or they're going to make your life miserable. We all know that. But when's the last time you were smiling before you walked in the door like me? Because I know Dr. Dina and her staff are the happiest Kimmer babes you ever saw. We're going to fix me up, and I always take the gas. They tell me my best stories come out that way. And you can actually get a doggy right there, napping in my lap, a little doggy. I said, go ahead, work away. Dr. Dina's a Navy vet, ranked a master dentist, which only 1% can say. She's been doing veneers since before anybody even knew what that was. My first visit was 30 years ago. Cosmetic dentistry, cleaning, bridges, crowns, especially keeping your teeth and gums healthy to last as long as you do. Veterans automatic 10% discount. Just tell them when you call. Atlanta Smiles, 404-262-7733. It's atlantasmiles.com. Your new smile's waiting for you. atlantasmiles.com. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. Ask for the doggy. atlantasmiles.com.
You know the old expression, I love it when a plan comes together? Well, with our First Liberty Notes, this has been so true. Hello, I'm Brant Frost, founder of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about our family's company all the time right here on the station. For over 30 years, we've been the local lender who said yes when the big banks say no. A couple of months ago, we opened up our First Liberty Notes program to Main Street investors just like you, and the response has been just incredible. Folks from airline pilots to physicians to even pastors are now earning 8 to 13% interest rates while helping to fuel the growth of local small businesses. If you're a qualified investor with a minimum of $25,000, you too could be earning 8 to 13% interest. We'd love to have you join our First Liberty family today. Go to firstlibertyga.com and see if our First Liberty Notes are right for you. Go to firstlibertyga.com. That's firstlibertyga.com.
First Liberty Notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. SEC accredited investor status must be verified. Securities not offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
You and your buddy. You've been through a lot with each other. The ups and the downs. He's been with you every morning, noon, and night. You've traveled the world together. Heck, he was even with you on your first big date. But have you noticed he's struggling lately? Not performing on the job. He can't even stand up straight anymore. He's wanting to cry out for help, but just doesn't know how. He needs Dr. Deal and Total Body Therapy of Georgia. They can give him the gift of good posture this year, help him stand proud and become all he was meant to be. Now, take him by the hand, look him in the eye and say, I appreciate you, little fella, and we're going to get you some help. We're going to call 404-777-1911. We're going to visit tbtofga.com. We are going to say goodbye to erectile dysfunction forever. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. It's a hard conversation to have, but it's one worth having. Learn more online at tbtofga.com.
For anyone who's ever dreamed of cooking competition quality barbecue, Southern Thunder Barbecue School has the perfect gift. Introducing Barbecue with the Pros, a hands-on cooking school experience where you'll learn from award-winning barbecue grand champions. It's the ultimate holiday gift. Imagine standing shoulder to shoulder with the pros, mastering the art of barbecue. Register now or purchase your gift certificates online at southernthunderbbq.com. That's southernthunderbbq.com.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Get connected to XTRA 106.3 on all your favorite apps. Then download ours and stream the station across Georgia. We're live online at XTRA1063.com. Stream live video from the studios on YouTube. And of course, Kimmer, Bortz, and your favorite XTRA shows in crystal clear digital on the XTRA 106.3 app.
I don't think I'm going to have the same issue Tom Petty had several years ago after he was dead.
Come on now. Give me some sugar.
Yeah, some sugar, baby.
Give me some sugar, little honeybee.
2019, Tom Petty's settlement reached in the Tom Petty estate battle between the rock legend's widow and his two daughters from a previous marriage. Petty's daughters, Adria Petty and Anakim Violet, sued Dana York Petty for $5 million, claiming the widow superseded the daughter's rights to equal participation over decisions regarding his estate and his music catalog. So, family fighting. My daughters aren't really going to have that kind of a problem. I mean, I don't really have a full music catalog, you know. I have this, you know. I have my harmonica, you know. So actually, I have two harmonicas, so I guess they're going to have to split it. Anyway, birthday list includes, and by the way, you got a special poetry thing coming up for you. Birthday list, Johnny Whitaker. Oh, my God. Johnny Whitaker, the original version of Sigmund and the Sea Monsters, but he's known as Jody on the 60s sitcom Family Affair. Johnny Whitaker is 65 years old today. And one more war story. This is brutal. So 1937, the Chinese and Japanese were at war. The brutality will never be forgotten. Japanese forces captured the Chinese city of Nanjing. What followed was a massacre of prisoners of war, women and children included, with the civilians and citizens. China says 300,000 were slaughtered. Japan says way less, like 250,000 tops. It was forever known as the rape of Nanjing. Wow, 1937. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a flounder, if you're ready, sir. Sir Chichester Winford Wilfordshire, with a rendition of one of your favorite poems for Christmas time, if you will, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names.
Name callers.
They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then, one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then, how the reindeer loved him, and they shouted out with glee, Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history.
My goodness. You know, if that doesn't put you in the old Christmas spirit, and Pete Davis waving old Rudy there for you, good golly.
I don't know what does.
Oh, I can't think of a thing myself. 3:57. Flounder, we have a little Flounder's Funnies here. What the hell? Oh, for Nucky's Hoagies. Stacey.
So let me tell you about Thanksgiving. I don't like when people make food at their house and then bring it to my house, right?
I understand.
It's always leaking, you know? There's like a trail from their car to my kitchen.
Okay.
And it's always unidentifiable. They got to explain what it is. They're like, it's a family recipe. It's a little cinnamon pecan chicken. I was always wondering where to put it. I'm like, put it near the garbage.
Is that Andrew Dice Clay?
That's Sebastian Monticello.
I was about to say, he sounds like Andrew Dice Clay. Oh, mercy. Oh, my goodness. And by the way,
real quick, we got Steve on the horn.
Steve, you're on the radio. Real fast, you're on. Thanks, man. What's up?
Yeah, I'm just like doing a kind of self-induced oral hemorrhoidectomy after that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer thing.
Yes,
Nah, I'm just kidding. I got the solution to your Christmas party.
Oh, all right, sir. Please, yes. What?
Yeah, you guys need to have it at Tanner's Rotisserie.
Very funny. I don't think they're even letting me back even now. It's still open up there in the perimeter.
Business after that.
I'm not sure. I think you're right. Hey, thanks, Steve. I appreciate it. Steve and the gang here. Well, it's Let It Rip Friday. Anything goes. That drone did crash in the backyard of a New Jersey home last night. The guy went out to look at it, and it's a small hobby-type toy store drone. But again, that's what a lot of them are probably up there goofing around. But still, the mystery continues, and I don't know whether we're taking this seriously or not, and I don't even care at this point. It's almost Christmas. Coming up on 4 o'clock, cover Pete and Flounder. Flounder's Funnies, Pete's Tweets, and Holy Crap at Sports, and we got the whole deal here. And more entertainment over here. Look out. Here we go.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
More federal resources on the drone front. Lisa Brady, Fox News. A White House official just confirming they are sending equipment and personnel to New Jersey, where the governor has written to President Biden asking for more help trying to identify drones after weeks of sightings, which have since been reported in more states, including New York, Maryland, Connecticut, and California, even as the federal government continues to say there's no evidence of any public safety threat.
I'm not going to lie to you or to the American people, and I'm not going to say we know something when we don't.
And National Security Communications Advisor John Kirby tells Fox News,
we would never, ever stoop to think that an American citizen was crazy or nuts because of what they're seeing and what they're documenting. We're taking that imagery seriously, and we're doing the best we can to analyze it, and we encourage people to come forward if they have additional sightings and imagery.
Some members of Congress say local and state lawmakers should have the authority and the tools to identify and counter drones. The probe of a healthcare executive's murder in New York City gets more information from San Francisco.
Days before Luigi Mangioni's arrest, San Francisco police contacted the FBI to say they recognized the suspect from a missing persons report filed by his mother. Kathleen Mangioni telling San Francisco officials she last spoke with her son in July. The 26-year-old is being held without bail on firearms and other charges in Pennsylvania.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. Mangione is fighting extradition to New York to face a murder charge for the death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. His defense attorney arguing prosecutors haven't proven Mangione was in New York on the day of the murder. The CEO of United Healthcare's parent company writing a New York Times opinion piece that the healthcare system doesn't work as well as it should and that they want to help make it better, but that no employees should have to fear for their and their loved ones' safety. A mixed finish on Wall Street. The Dow down 86 points, but the NASDAQ finishes higher. America is listening to Fox News.
Police officer and K-9 handler Jacob Russell Chaffins was fatally shot while attempting to serve warrants for domestic violence offenses. And thanks to friends like you and your generosity, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation gave the Chaffins family the gift of a mortgage-free home. There's so much more to do and to say thank you to our nation's heroes and their families for their immense sacrifices, all for us. Donate $11 a month. Go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org.
Hear that? The sound of adorable little birds in your garden. And if you were here, you'd taste the 2 sweet but tiny tomatoes you grew all by yourself. But you're not here.
Because your self-care happens when you're riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive on your way to the store for a pack of normal-sized tomatoes. So if you ride, switch to Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer, without getting your hands dirty. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Sorry, I was unprepared.
It's all right. No, take your time. We're good. We're here all day. This problem. It's okay. I can start singing Brown Sugar. Oh, sorry. Oh, let them.
Wrong song, but
wrong song. Oh, well, that's all right. It's still the Stones. Here we go. Anyway, stand by. Love letter time with Mick. 2012. His love letters went to auction.
Your love is strong, and you're so sweet.
Mick Jagger was writing love letters in the summer of 1969 to an American singer named Marcia Hunt, while the Stones frontman was in Australia. They sold at auction in 2012 for about $200,000. And those love letters from Mick Jagger believed to be the inspiration for the song Brown Sugar, which is the... Well, we can't play all the way through, right? Isn't that the one where, black chick, something or other? Well, that's a great song. Keep playing it. Like Steve Buscemi, 67 today. Nikki Thompson on Boardwalk Empire, and a great character actor was on Sopranos. Steve Buscemi, 67. Little Stones. Stones, happy Friday. 404, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. On this day, 1964, was a border dispute that lasted 100 years, and I do not remember this at the time. Of course, I was a teenager. In El Paso, Texas, on this day in 1964, President Lyndon Baines Johnson and Mexican President Gustavo Diaz set off a huge explosion that actually changed the direction of the Rio Grande River. And it shaped and reshaped the border with Mexico after a 100-year dispute. I do not remember that. 1964. Changed the course of the Rio Grande River to settle a border fight since the 1800s. I mean, that's unbelievable. I had no idea. Since the Civil War. Anyway, let's see. Oh, no, there you go. That's something. 405, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. We got newsy stuff. The Prime Minister Castro in Canada, Castro's kid there, he is now saying, we're going to fight back if you impose tariffs on America. He now says that Canada will cut off energy imports to America. Electrical, energy, and critical mineral imports to America if Trump implements a sweeping tariff of 25% as threatened. Let's see. The Premier of Ontario, he would consider retaliatory measures against the U.S. also will go to the extent of cutting off their energy, going down to Michigan, to New York State, over to Wisconsin. No more crude production. Other officials are identifying ways they can hurt America. Identifying products their provinces produce and export to the United States, which the U.S. relies on, and which would be considered part of the Canadian response. Critical minerals and metals. Okay, I'm in. You want to have a fight with America, do you? Let's go over a couple of facts here once in a while. Yeah, here we go. Here's that little line. Go ahead, there. I'll wait for you. Really, sir. You go ahead and start. You go ahead and start. I'll be ready. It's fine. Don't worry. God, these freaking people. Yeah, you be tough guy. God.
I think we could do without maple syrup for a while.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. Please.
I used to do ice when I used to have ice cream. I would get plain old vanilla ice cream and put maple syrup in a bowl on it. And maple syrup on ice cream is delicious. My father used to do that, and that's how my father used to take a bowl of maple syrup and dip bread in it, like a good homemade hot bread or something. Dip it in maple syrup and eat it.
In the South, we do that with sorghum molasses.
Yeah.
They come in silver paint cans.
Yeah.
You just dip your biscuits into it.
That's right. Sorghum, yeah. That's right. Yeah. Anyway, 407-404-741-1230. So that's a Canadian thing. We're going to talk about pardons here in a second. First of all, I guess Let It Rip Friday. We're having a little Christmas fun here with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. And I saw another really sweet Christmas ad, and it may be, I might have seen it again last year. I'm trying to remember. I think I might have seen it. And the ad is for it's a TV ad, and I forgot which one starts, a boy or the girl, but a boy, a young man, a teenage, like 20-year-old kid, is coming home. in this kind of this row apartment street. And he goes to his mailbox and sees this very cute little card, kind of a handmade card with little doodads on it, but Merry Christmas and something, hello neighbor, Merry Christmas, something like that. And then so he goes inside, and then next door, the little some teenage little redhead girl goes to her mailbox. I guess it's like the next day, and it says, hi, neighbor, I hope you're having a great holiday, and it's got little doodads cut out and ribbons or something. Okay, so this goes on for a couple of days, and then finally the boy goes over, he comes back, and he like third day in a row, and he gets another card, and it says, from your neighbor, it says, hi, neighbor, something. So he goes over to the next door neighbor, knocks on the door. The little redhead girl opens the door, and they both kind of laugh about the fact that they've been getting this card, or these cards traded back and forth. And then the next shot shows an elderly couple across the street, or across the way, and they're looking out the window, smiling when the guy goes to meet the girl, and the visual you see is of the two of them hanging ornaments on the Christmas tree in her house. And then they cut to the old couple, and the old couple are smiling and hugging each other in the Christmas spirit, and behind them on their kitchen table is all the clippings and the cuttings and the scotch tape and the little cards and stuff that they made so that they were getting the two teenage new lovebirds together from the beginning. And it's just a very sweet
a bunch of nosy busybodies.
Well, that's the other thing.
Life.
They set up this couple to meet each other, and getting a kick out of seeing whether he's going to, was a little something there, going to look at the window, see what he put his tongue in her mouth or something. I mean, my God, man. I mean, it's very sweet and cute, but again, it's this old couple making something happen with the two people who, may not have been destined to meet. Anyway, it's a sweet commercial. It's all Christmas, and it's for Hobby Lobby. And I just realized I've only seen, I think, two. I forgot what the other commercial was I taught. I forgot what it was. What did I tell you the other commercial made me cry? Christmas. I can't remember. But that's the thing. You know why? Because I don't watch TV. I don't watch any mainstream TV. I don't watch the main networks. I watch all, stuff that I tape DVR from cable, HBO or, whatever. So I don't see the commercials. I don't see them. Yeah.
These great commercials and everything, until you said that was for Hobby Lobby, I had no idea what the damn commercial was for. Who pays attention to what it's for? They just watch the commercial.
That's right. That's exactly true. And again, the other one I saw was the Christmas commercial for the inn where you go stay for the Christmas Inn.
You know what the good one is? I think it's Publix, like I can remember, of the little dog that's trapped outside while everybody else is inside getting ready to eat, and the little girl in the high chair sees the poor dog trapped outside.
I haven't seen
she ends
that
up
one.
throwing her cup to the door, so they go, oh, why'd you throw your cup? And they go to the door, and there's the dog, and they go, oh, I got to let the dog in.
Oh, my God.
Really
I haven't seen. It's for Publix?
I think it's for Publix.
I'll be darned. Having a Merry Christmas. If I give him some dog food, I'm hoping at the table or whatever. Oh, that's cute. That's nice.
Oh, yeah, the little girl's feeding the dog. He knows where to go.
Yeah, I got you. Well, that's cool. And I'm sad for those Christmas commercials too. I tell you, the one with that when little girl when the doorbell rings and you know what night it is and stuff like that. It's just anyway. 411 Kimmer Pete and Flounder. How's it going? 404-741-1230. I've been doing a lot of newsy thing here for you, and then by also coming up later on, we'll do Flounder's Funnies. We got Pete's tweets a little way on and Holy Crap of Sports and all that kind of stuff. Now, okay, here we go. Still waiting for the next shoe to drop. President Slime Pervert Crook and see the next batch of traitors and spies and perverts that he'll be pardoning. Yeah, maybe the best way for him to avoid prison and avoid the initial sin of covering up his family crimes by pardoning Hunter. And then here we go. Deep state sleaze at its finest. And by the way, for the record, anger among Pennsylvanians at his own place. He commuted the sentence of a corrupt judge who was jailed for more than 17 years, caught taking kickbacks for sending children to detention facilities that were for profit and getting a kickback. The Kids for Cash scandal. The judge, Michael Conahan, shut down a county-run juvenile detention center and shared $3 million in illegal payments from the builder and the co-owner for this for-profit lockup. There was another judge involved in it, too. It's the largest scheme of its kind. 4,000 juvenile convictions were overturned or uncovered. Thousands of children. The judge pleaded guilty in 2010, racketeering conspiracy, got out of prison to home confinement 10 years later because he was sick with COVID, and they were afraid he was going to die from COVID. Oh, no. And by the way, Joe Biden calls Scranton his favorite Sun City. Yeah, that was the guy who's from Scranton. And part of the biggest single-day clemency in the history of the freaking country, almost 2,000 people. The decision raised questions why he would choose to commute the sentence of a judge tested in his whole same freaking area. The family, one woman called the press and said, "My God, my son was in one of those lockups that he was involved in and killed himself. This is an injustice. To pardon that guy, to all of us suffering, processing, how the hell can I cope with this?" It started when they shut down the center, ordered children as young as 8. First-time offenders deemed delinquent for petty theft and jaywalking and truancy and smoking at school. And because of that, he sent them to these detention centers because he got a kickback. They would take these children in handcuffs and put them in the delinquency places before they even had a chance to say goodbye to mom and dad. The judges were ordered to pay $200 million. Yeah, right.
Maybe it's best he's out in public now.
Well, I mean, and by the way, that's only another one of the pardons. I mean, you don't know this stuff. He commuted the sentence of Rita Crudwell, the woman who embezzled $50 million from a tiny Illinois town and spent it on luxury goods and real estate and a horse breeding business, the largest municipal embezzlement in American history. The town of 15,000 people went bust. They struggled for years. The city of Dixon issued a statement outraged and shocked. The president was given his clemency for the largest municipal embezzlement in the history of our country. Complete travesty of justice, a slap in the face for our entire community. The pain is unimaginable. And then, of course, the other one is very famous, clemency to Shaneen Jin, a convicted pedophile with his collection of 47,000 kiddie porn images. And, of course, the spies for China. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Okay, I understand presidential pardons, but he should have to explain every single one that people ask a question about. Why did you let these people
Why
go?
these? Now, they say, well, if a guy got convicted of having a reefer on the school grounds and you want to clear the record, okay, fine. I'm not going to fight with you about that. This is way different.
These three have no business being out.
In Scranton? He's the favored son of Scranton?
There has to be payoff. That's the only explanation.
No
and
way
Karine
to
Jean-Pierre should have to have her little booklet out with everybody's names and an excuse why they were pardoned.
Yeah. Any questions to say, why did, like number 17, why did you pardon so-and-so? I'll have to get back to you. I mean, just grill her until January 19th. Oh, my God. All right, it's 4:15 already. Holy cow. Kim, repeat and flounder. And the FBI, more politics on that. Oh, also, they're already threatening to be really nasty and horrible to the Republicans who come back to work in Washington. Even, giving them bad tables, bad food service. Well, it's all coming up. Kim, repeat and flounder. Let It Rip Friday. Joe Scarborough can't even hear the name that makes him go nuts with a hot chick from Congress. Coming up. Here we go. 4:16. Look out.
Time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Well, how about a little what if or how far could this go today? See if you can put some of these things together. My wife is looking for her car at the mall. She can't find it. She contacts security. Do you know your license plate number? Yes, here it is. Hop in. We'll take you to your car. They know exactly where it is. Why? License plate readers. They're constantly scanning the license plates of all of the people at the mall, making a record that they were there and for how long. Thermostats in your house. I happen to have one of those Nest thermostats. Pretty good. I like it. It remembers how I want the temperatures to be in the early morning, when we go to bed, midday. But I'm going to disconnect that feature. Why? It does that through the internet. Are you aware that some climate jerks in government and out have already proposed that the government take control of your home thermostats so that temperatures could be regulated to save fossil fuels? The recommendations, one of them I saw, it should be no colder than 82 degrees at night. Not in my home. Amazing, isn't it? The way the government is getting into your private life more and more. Cell phone tracking. They now sell little Faraday bags for your cell phone. I've ordered one. That way your cell phone cannot be tracked unless you're using it. Did you remember the Disinformation Governance Board that Joe Biden proposed? A government agency that would watch everything you say on social media to make sure you're not undermining public trust in government institutions. Oh my God, you can't do that. That got shot down for now. But for how long? The FBI has a task force right now of over 80 agents working to stop subversive data on the internet that could drive a wedge between the populace and the government. Are you paying attention? How far can this go? Neil Bortz, XTRA 106.3.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
We have more kind of Christmas time entertainment for you coming up here. But speaking of entertainment, I'm actually smiling because I'm thinking about going back to the dentist. Well, with my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler, Atlanta Smiles. That's the name of the place, Atlanta Smiles. And it's true. I talk about this, and I'm not making it up. I can't stop smiling just thinking about it. It's the darndest place you ever saw, Atlanta Smiles. It's Dr. Dina Giesler, former Navy officer dentist. She's in the ranked 1% top master class. I mean, that's how good she's been doing this for 30 years or something. First I went back to her. And now, whether you're looking for veneers or, cosmetic type dentistry, cleaning, bridges, crowns, keeping your teeth clean. And by the way, keeping your gums healthy too. That keeps your teeth up there. I don't want to talk about dental stuff. What do I know about it? All I know is when I had a problem before, she took care of it. And I'm going back to doing another something too and looking forward to it. Not only because I always get the gas, but also because of the doggy. It's the darndest thing. She has a little doggy. Would you like the doggy? Yes, I'd like the doggy right there in your lap, taking a nap while you're having your stuff done at the dentist. Honestly, goodness. And I make joke about Kimmer babes. These women, it's filled with women. They have a guy there, but it's filled with women who are happy. They love what they do. They treat you with great respect, and you're happy going in and happy going out. Please tell them the Kimmer sent you. Hey, if you're a veteran, you get a 10% discount. Here's the number. Just tell them when you call. 404-262-7733. Your smile is waiting for you, and so is a doggy. AtlantaSmiles.com.
Holiday shopping has arrived. Still looking for the perfect gift for that special someone? How about a Natural Body gift card for a little pampering? Help the ones you love unwind and relieve stress this holiday season. Give the gift of a custom massage, facial, or body treatments. Pick up a gift card in store or online at naturalbody.com and give the gift of relaxation and rejuvenation. Natural Body Spa and Skin Remedy with locations in Atlanta, Alpharetta, Buckhead, Decatur, Marietta, Morningside, Smyrna, Snellville, and Chattanooga. Or shop online at naturalbody.com.
This giving holiday season, what better way to say thank you for your service than to help veterans and their families find success after military service through the Warrior Alliance? Your support helps to connect warriors to services in critical areas such as housing, benefits, legal services, health and wellness, employment, and much more. The Warrior Alliance is changing thousands of lives for the better. In fact, the Military Times has ranked the Warrior Alliance the #1 nonprofit in the nation in their 2024 Best for Vets survey. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org/donate.
No one plans on going to jail, but at A Second Chance Bail Bonds, we believe everyone deserves a second chance. That's the driving force behind everything we do. If you or a loved one has been arrested across town or across the country, you need help now. A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast with bondsmen throughout Atlanta to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
Uh-oh, look out.
Hot town, summer in the city, back of my neck getting dirt and gritty. Bend down, isn't it a pity? Doesn't seem to be a shadow in the city.
Dun, dun.
All around, people
Dun.
looking half dead, walking on the sidewalk hotter than a match.
Love it, spoonful. Look out.
Tonight it's a different world. Go out and find a girl. Come on and dance all night.
Yeah.
Despite the heat, it'll be alright.
Yeah. Where is it?
You know it's a pity the days
Yeah, what do you mean?
can't be like the nights in the summer.
Yeah.
In the city.
Yeah.
In the summer. In the city.
Summer in the City, baby. 2002, Canadian guitarist and singer Zal Yanofsky of the Lovin' Spoonful died of a heart attack. He was with the Mugwumps and Denny Doherty and Cass Elliot. They formed Lovin' Spoonful with John Sebastian in 1964 and had this #1 British and American hit in 1966, Summer in the City. And then he died of a heart attack, so that kind of sucks. Our birthday list includes a pretty funny actress, and I've liked her stuff. Wendy Malick, 74. Victoria Chase on Hot in Cleveland. Nina on Just Shoot Me. Hobie's mom, Gail, on Baywatch, but she was also, she was on did things on Seinfeld. I mean, you know who she is. She's kind of tall and thin, and she has hair that they mess with a lot. Wendy Malick is 74 years old today. Oh! I've got a weird history thing which I did not know, and it's because I'm not good. I'm not good at what I do. But on this day, hold on, I got to double my thing if I get the phone. On this day in 1931, English statesman, future Prime Minister Winston Churchill, walking across Fifth Avenue in New York City, forgot that American traffic keeps to the right and not to the left. He didn't look where he was going and got hit by a freaking cab. Winston Churchill got creamed by a cab, had a serious scalp wound, 2 cracked ribs, went to the hospital, and he told police, that's my fault, totally my fault. He was afraid the driver of the cab would get in trouble and get blamed and then have trouble finding work. This is 1931. So Churchill arranged to meet the cab driver at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel, where Winston Churchill served the driver tea and gave the cab driver who hit him an autographed copy of his book, The Unknown War. Churchill used his time in the hospital to write an article about the incident titled My New York Misadventure, which he sold for $2,500 in 1931. The following month, Winston Churchill got a prescription from his doctor for alcohol to help alleviate the pain from this accident. This was during Prohibition, 1931, when the sale, manufacture, and transportation of alcoholic beverages was prohibited except in special circumstances. Winston Churchill. I did not know that story. What a nice story.
He claimed, his doctor said, if you didn't have all that excess fat, you'd be a dead man.
Yeah, I'm sure of it. And then I don't know whether that was when he started drinking a fifth of
he would start with champagne in the morning for breakfast, and then he drank brandy or something at lunch, and then he'd have whiskey at night, and it was constant champagne through the day.
I mean, he would drink literally a bottle. I mean, a fifth of alcohol.
Lived into his 90s.
Oh, my gosh. 426, 4 o'clock hour, brought to you by our friends at Atlanta Safe House, home of the Kimmer Safe. You need a safe, silly. You may not know it, but you know it now. That's why I lost my stuff when I went down to Florida like an idiot. Anyway, living will, medical records, you know the deal. And by the way, Toys for Tots drop off and great Christmas presents in time for Christmas. They have a showroom up in Ackworth, by the way, on the web, atlantasafehouse.com. Oh, also now, hold on, Pete, I got to get this. We got a new story here, and I'm about to get it because we just got it. President-elect Donald Trump has announced the Republican Party will work toward abolishing daylight saving time. He calls it inconvenient and very costly to our nation. You know, if they make a cost-effectiveness argument, they'll pull it off. And with Vivek and Elon Musk, I'll bet that's what they're looking. I mean, this might be interesting. Some reaction real quickly. If they got rid of daylight saving time, no, actually, we should make it permanent. Make daylight saving time the permanent one. Get rid of standard time. Another say it's time to end it already. It's a great idea. Great idea. Don't know why this hasn't been done before. Why would we intentionally disrupt our sleeping patterns 2 times a year? It doesn't make any sense. Well, now, if he wants to get rid of daylight saving time, that would mean that it is now 4:27 in the afternoon, and it would really then be 5:27.
5:27, yeah.
So what's wrong with that? I mean, we only changed the clocks because of farmers and school buses would, in the dark, picking up kids in, March or something in the morning. I mean,
they
why,
can make
why
an
now?
argument, but if it gets darker sooner, you're up longer before you go to bed, which means you're going to have the heat up because it's cold in the winter.
And lights.
If you go to bed earlier, or you go to bed, when it's an hour later or whatever, with no daylight savings time, you probably save energy because you don't keep the heat up as high when you're asleep.
Yeah. And if you're up and when it's lighter, if it gets dark early, you're going to turn on all your electricity earlier. It's a whole another hour of all that electricity use is by definition. Anyway,
I like daylight saving. I like it when it gets dark. It's winter. It's supposed to be dark. But
yeah. I mean, I don't. Although you know what, I don't. I mean, I really don't mind anymore. I really don't care. But I'm trying to. I'm trying to change my whole freaking attitude about driving to work and back. And I'm trying to convince Flounder to take my routes. These little back roads, things through neighborhoods, and look at all the lights and just So I really honestly got coming into work. I go slow. It's all 25 mile an hour. Most of the stuff it's like at that. And so I'm trying to I'm trying to do it purposely. But so I don't like going. I don't like going home in the dark. I really But that's the way it goes. It's what happens. But anyway. 4:28, Cameron, Pete, and Flounder. So maybe a little daylight saving time here for the boys. Let's see. Oh, this freaking figures. Check this out. D.C. food workers. Now, they want everybody to go back to work. This is amazing. The mayor of Washington, D.C. and all the politicians say, please, people, start going back to work. They're going to make you go back to work so it'll help our businesses and our diners and our restaurants and parking. Everything will be got back onto the business again. And on the other hand, listen to this. Food workers in D.C. are pledging to refuse service and make it inconvenient for anybody in the Trump administration when they come back to work. Industry veterans, bartenders, servers, waiters, waitresses of the nation's capital said they're going to resist Republican figures. It'll be inevitable. Bartenders and servers shunning certain officials, small acts of resistance. One bartender says, this person theoretically has the power to take away your rights. I have the power to make you wait 20 minutes to get your entree. She's a bartender. Giving us subtle inconvenience feels a little bit like a win for us, said this Democrat.
What an idiot. That's a good way for her to go out of business.
Yeah. You think she's going to get a big tip, is she? Yeah. She said she'd refuse. Listen, she would refuse service to certain Trump officials. If her employer tried to force her, she claims she would quit on the spot. There is power in making it known that you're not comfortable with a situation, and it doesn't necessarily have to be this big dramatic show. Oh, my God. I hope you'd be willing to quit your job because you didn't like somebody who walked in the door. You freaking loser. Good for you. I hope you live in the frickin' I think I might have said a bad word in there on the freaking street there. Oh, my God. What the nerve of these. And by the way, there's one after another. Susanna at Burchard's Saloon in Capitol Hill refused service to Trump officials if they held moral views opposed to her own, like on abortion. And she wouldn't serve them. Oh, my God. Didn't we go through this already? Didn't we just win? Oh, my God. It's 4:31 and Cameron, Pete, and Flounder. Oh, my God.
And, of course, Joe Biden did not keep his word, and he did pardon Hunter. But really, what did you expect?
Catch Neil's commentary every day on XTRA 106.3 and the XTRA app.
But this time of year, when it gets dark fast. And I don't know about you, it may not be just me. The road rage out there, I see a lot of folks banging horns and stuff, and high beams, and no lights on at all. If you're in a traffic problem, please make sure you have David Van Sant's phone number in your phone to call him right away. Obviously, if there's a wreck, especially if someone hits you, and you don't get in an argument, and for goodness sakes, don't sign anything until you get a hold of David Van Sant. He used to work for the insurance companies. Van Sant Law is the company to call because he knows all the tricks and all the ins and outs. And again, nobody's accusing an insurance company of anything. God bless them. It's nice to have them there. However, they don't want to pay more than they have to. And when they see David Van Sant's number come bippity up on that phone screen, they go, "Oh, no, you take it. I'll make Mikey do it." Seriously, because he knows all this stuff, and they know, they know what's fair, and they know that you're going to get what you deserve. And by the way, you should know that too, because if you don't get paid, they don't get paid at Van Sant Law. It's as simple as that. Put this number in your phone and don't sign anything till you get a hold of David. Here's the number: 855-GA-INJURY. 855-GA-INJURY. Check this out. Make sure if you have an issue, be sure to call him. Look him up on the web for your own sake. VanSantLaw.com.
Are you tired of dealing with drafty, inefficient windows? Do you have certain rooms in the house that you can't keep cool in the summer or warm in the winter? Hi, I'm Dan Watkins with All Four Seasons Garage Entry Doors and Windows. It's time to upgrade these old windows. Replace them with double-pane, beautiful, energy-efficient windows. Your new windows will help you regulate a perfect temperature throughout your house. Start saving big money on your energy bills and improve the curb appeal of your home. Give us a call today at 770-517-7078.
The end of the year is closing in, and with it, another tax year comes to an end. As you prepare to file your taxes, consider the efficiency of your tax strategy. Have you maximized your IRA and Roth contributions? Do you have an RMD strategy in place? Are you making moves now to maximize your future tax-free income? Not only is the year-end fast approaching, but the 2017 tax cuts sunset at the end of 2025, placing many Americans in a higher tax bracket. Don't just report your taxes, plan for them. Contact Master Plan Retirement Consultants now to create a retirement plan specifically designed for you. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation where we can illustrate your retirement outlook and create a plan together for your future. Master Plan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated.
Hey, Roswell. Looking for the perfect bite this football season? Head on over to Nucky's Hoagies Roswell Corners, where every sandwich is crafted with love by us.
The Sub Sisters,
Stacy
and Shannon. Whether you're looking to cater a football tailgate party or grabbing lunch to go or dining in, we've got delicious Nucky's menu items for you. When you bite into a Nucky's Hoagies, you'll taste the difference. The softest hoagie rolls ever, with the freshest ingredients that'll make your taste buds dance.
Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell Corners on Woodstock Road your new favorite sandwich spot.
It's Christmas again, and it's that time of year to gather with family and those you hold dear. But what will you bring and where will you go? When it comes to great gifts, there's just one name to know. Solomon Brothers. It's just the right place, because a fine piece of jewelry puts a smile on a face. So stop in today, and you know you won't fail, because at Solomon Brothers, there's an incredible sale. From 1 carat to 6, you'll get the best deal. You'll love how it looks and how it makes her feel. In carats, they start at just under $1,000. You'll find earrings and bracelets or a ring for their hand. And when you give a gift that's from Solomon Brothers, it will be unique and not like the others. So don't miss this sale, because it won't last long. Just trust Solomon Brothers and you'll never go wrong. Stop into Solomon Brothers Jewelers today and get 1 carat total weight diamond stud earrings, tennis bracelet, necklace, or rings starting at under $9.99. So shop Solomon Brothers Jewelers or SolomonBrothers.com.
Look out, here we go. Timothy Flounder, letter of Friday, 4:35. It's our Memorial Morning Show. Time check, 4:35. They're going to start doing that now. They announced this morning they're going to start doing birthdays and histories. Oh, God, here we go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I apologize. I wasn't even here that weekend. I don't get it. I'm seriously, how could you, there were people that would go to parties and they would play stuff like this and everybody go, oh yeah, man, that's rocking, man, that's really God, boy, I'm really in a good mood now. Or saying, Jesus. I mean, God. And this is a group called Death. Do I have that right, Flounder? Is this called
That's correct.
Death? The group called Death. And Chuck Schuldiner. On this day in 2001, the songwriter, singer, and guitar picker Chuck Schuldiner died of brain cancer. He founded the pioneering band called Death. In 1983, Schuldiner is often referred to as the godfather of death metal. Death's best-selling album is the 1990 release. Oh, Human, the release of the album Human. Oh, well, that makes sense. That's the guy behind it. I wasn't sure whether that was him. I mean, seriously, do you have to be freaking demented to actually get some entertainment value, or is it not entertainment? If you're listening to this, it's because you need to get riled up or help you get your anger out or something. I mean, how could you listen? How could you buy something and listen to it and enjoy that as a thing? Unless you're just trying to get fired up.
Low self-esteem and self-anger, I think, got a lot to do with it.
God, anyway. Well, I'm
rebelling.
I'm so white bread. It's hard. I'm a Norman Rockwell family guy here, so I can't say anything. You'll know these guys. Skunk Baxter. Yada-da-da. Skunk is 76 today. The Doobie Brothers guitarist, taken to the streets, Minute, Black, da-da-da. Skunk Baxter, also a leading expert on military defense. Skunk Baxter, real first name Jeff, learned everything he knows about terrorism, missile defense, and chemical and biological warfare from reading war history books, technical weapons texts, and defense manuals. And he is recognized as a military defense strategist expert on weapons and all kinds of stuff. Skunk Baxter. The Doobie Brothers are crying out loud. He's 76 years old. Okay. And let's see, on this day in history, 1936, a lot of Americans don't know that the original settlements in the New England area of our new country in the 1600s started banning slavery. And on this day in 1636, the Massachusetts Bay Colony organizes 3 militia regiments to defend the colony against the Pequot Indians. It's recognized on this day in 1636 as the founding of the United States National Guard. Protect against Indian fights. 4:39 for our morning show memorial time check here with the Kim, Repeat, and Flounder. Those D.C. food workers, honestly, they're going to make life miserable for the Republicans coming back to work. It's not like we hate Republicans. It's that the person has moral convictions that are strongly opposed to mine. I don't feel comfortable serving them, said another waiter in Washington. Refused service to Trump officials who felt their moral views are different than theirs. One fine dining restaurant host said she planned to look up every single Trump administration figure online so she would know who they are and would give them a bad table when they came into her fancy restaurant. She's the hostess. I'll only give them a bad table, but we'll continue to, give decent service. I feel like that getting a bad table is nothing compared to the harm they'll be doing on me. Jesus. I mean, just the petty, the vicious, petty lack of decency and character and just, goodwill toward men, for God's sake. I mean, what happened to this country?
How can any famous conservative eat out at a restaurant these days? They're doing something to your food.
They're going to spit in your food in the bay. You guarantee they will. Yeah, they just say, honestly, somebody, a Republican judge, held Trump himself to say, geez, if people really feel that way, we'll just stop coming. Thank you for warning. Honestly, Donald Trump should come out, or maybe J.D. Vance or somebody should come out and say, or Vivek or somebody, Elon should say, geez, if you people really are going to do that, I'm not going to eat at your place. I guess we should just have everything, go by, get our own food and see what the reaction is. And have the mayor of Washington, D.C. say, sorry, oh my God, let him explode. They're fighting themselves. The mayor says, please come back. We need your money. Please come back. And then when they do come back, the people who are working there say, screw you. We're not going to take care of you. Oh, my God. I love this. They're going to freaking explode.
They're the worst tippers, too. So they're chasing away the better tippers, the Republicans.
Well, in fact, a bartender named Joseph says he's disappointed by the election results because he's a Democrat, but he's looking forward to higher tips with Republicans coming in. My tip average from Republicans is over 30%. With Democrats, I'm lucky to get 20. And this is another thing, too. And this is an important thing. I think we proved it just by talking about this story. He also said, he told the Washingtonian, Republicans tend to be lower maintenance patrons as well. They're not trouble like Democrats tend to be. Ornery and persnickety and stuff like that. And again, remember the first time Trump was in office, Sarah Huckabee Sanders and her family got kicked out of a restaurant nearby. Homeland Security Director Nielsen got heckled and kicked out of a Mexican restaurant in D.C. Ted Cruz and his wife chased out of a restaurant in D.C. by left-wing protesters. I remember Maxine Waters was saying, disrupt them every time you see them. But that was the first time, and now they're bound to do it again, apparently. So, I say let them bring it on. Idiots. Excuse me, 442. Kim Repeating founder. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Oh, we talk about MSNBC, Joe Scarborough. In fact, there's a bunch of sound bites out there, and I don't even want to hear these people complaining now. Talking like, for example, about the reaction of the result of the document about the FBI and the shortcomings on all the things the FBI's done for January 6th and everything else. The Democrats actually think that vindicates the FBI. They're saying, oh, well, they had dozens of agents in there, but again, they weren't on the payroll, therefore everything was above board, and the FBI didn't do a damn thing. And I've said, oh, my God, just the freaking opposite. And incidentally, if there were dozens of FBI employees who were at that mostly peaceful Ashley Babbitt Day celebration at the Capitol, how did they get in the Capitol? They go through a window? Did they go through a door? Did they sneak in? Did they go to the back room? They were in there. We know they were in there. Therefore, why weren't they arrested? How come they never got a summons or a citation? Why didn't they get handcuffed and go to jail? And by the way, how many others were like from Homeland Security or the Department of National Intelligence and high security agencies? How many people of those people were in there? And they all knew about it. The despicable scumbag Christopher Wray, the head of the federal Gestapo investigation, knew all about this stuff. And he's still lying about it. Freaking perjurer, traitor. My God. And in fact, even a whistleblower says, the guy came out again, Kyle Serapin. He said the sweeping reforms post 9/11 era in the FBI and surveillance powers granted the agency, they went out of control. Because they get a bonus at the end of their tour at the FBI if they're right, and they look to get bonuses, so they go find crimes. The easiest thing to do is get paid to go hanging around MAGA people, falling under the category of anti-government, anti-authority, violent extremists. That's what led to the school board business, and the parents could be white supremacists or white terrorists, domestic terrorists. And then he says, now we have to question the FBI definition of domestic terrorism. They went after, in New Mexico, the third highest national security threat was anti-abortion protesters. The FBI in New Mexico, the third highest priority was getting anti-abortion protesters. That's the modern-day FBI. That's all political. What are anti-abortion protesters doing other than praying? And that's the third most biggest problem in New Mexico for the FBI. And if those dozens were not paid and they were in the Capitol, why weren't they arrested? I mean, seriously, why weren't they freaking arrested? Come back, you dirty rotten. I mean, honestly. 445, almost. We're going to hear, Joe Scarborough. We'll play him because he's an idiot. Nancy Pelosi, apparently she fell off the vodka fountain. They were doing a celebration celebrating the Battle of the Bulge. And Nancy Pelosi, the former Speaker of the House, apparently was straddling the vodka fountain at the celebration and fell and might have broken a hip. She's in the hospital. A quick thing on delivering packages. Okay. This morning at 5 o'clock this morning, I look outside because my daughter Jennifer had texted me that the package she sent me has been delivered, even though they said it was not going to be delivered, but it was delivered to my front door, and I live in a townhouse cul-de-sac. So when you drive into a cul-de-sac of townhouses, you're looking at the garages because that's where you park your car, go into your garage, and then go upstairs to your place. Nobody goes through the front door because you have to go out here. You have to go all the way around or go through the house and then go to the front door and get. So nobody ever goes to the front door. And for some reason, FedEx dropped off my package at the front door, and I didn't know it was there. And at 5 o'clock this morning, Jennifer texted me. Thank God I was out getting the paper, but I had to go around the front to get the package. And then at Jennifer's house, she got a package I sent her, but they drop it off from FedEx at her place. They drop it off in the lobby and just leave it with everything else, and anybody could go get it. I mean, I don't know. I wish they'd have a way to do it. Oh, and by the way, then this morning, okay, I got my daughter's package at the front door at 5 o'clock this morning, and then I go out to get the paper out the garage door, and there's a package. And guess what, Pete? I don't know if you remember this in Flounder. When we were doing our podcast days, there was a lady named Judy from Oregon who was a big fan of the podcast. This is a couple years ago. She sent me a package for Christmas from Oregon, and thank God, because I had lost her address. She also sent me the Rush Limbaugh book, the broadcasting history of Rush Limbaugh thing. And so, Judy, if you're listening, I didn't know you were still around. Bless you, sweetie. Thank you so much. She was a big fan of the podcast from Oregon, one of our international and statewide listeners, too. So anyway, the packages things. And again, you can, I think, you got to be very careful because so far I've been lucky. But people, follow UPS trucks, and I think more so for outlier areas, not necessarily, places like a cul-de-sac are hard to steal packages because there are a lot of people around.
Let's put it this way: if they follow them down to my place, they're not leaving.
No, they're not. It could be the last trip they make. It's 4:47. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. We got Flounder's funnies. We got Pete's tweets, and then we got some and my Christmas stuff too coming up. Look out! Here we go.
The Kimmer Show is only live on XTRA 106.3 every weekday afternoon on your drive home.
Up in the mountains, you see signs warning about coyote activity. I saw a few last week. You should contact your local animal control if you see one of these signs. Yeah. Some dangerous coyote activity you should look for include coyote carrying box labeled Acme, coyote dropping anvil from hot air balloons, coyote posting signs that read detour or free bird seed, coyote in possession of a giant magnet, coyote in possession of a catapult, coyote detonating TNT, and coyote launching self with coyote-sized crossbow.
Those are still classic
They're
cartoons.
the funniest cartoons ever made.
They'll never stop being funny.
Those and the Pink Panther cartoons.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, but the coyote and Roadrunner
with no words.
The Kimmer Show every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. on XTRA 106.3 and the XTRA app.
You may know that ATL Turf Co. has become a leader in artificial grass design and installation services, but you may not know that ATL Turf Co. is a large artificial grass distributor. We only sell U.S.-made, premium name brand turf at factory direct pricing below wholesale. And now we're open to the public with large inventories of lawn and landscape, putting green, athletic, and pet turf on sale. Plus, all remnants are on sale for only $1 per square foot, direct from Dalton to our warehouse in Kennesaw. Visit atlturfco.com to learn more. atlturfco.com.
Rhino here for my elves at True Prep. Don't give a tie or socks or a thoughtless gift card from a big box store. Show you put some care and thought into their gift by giving them a gift from one of the most unique stores in Atlanta, and that's True Prep. Check for weekly sales during the month of December, and as an added bonus, for every $50 spent on a gift card, True Prep will give you a bonus card with a $5 added bonus. For details, check online at trueprep.com. That's TRUprep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
Who doesn't want a great smile? The world seems brighter because it is. Hey, it's a Kimmer. How's it going? That's only one reason to see my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler at Atlanta Smiles. The other reason, of course, is to take care of your teeth, or they're going to make your life miserable. We all know that. But when's the last time you were smiling before you walked in the door like me? Because I know Dr. Dina and her staff are the happiest Kimmer babes you ever saw. We're going to fix me up, and I always take the gas. They tell me my best stories come out that way. And you can actually get a doggy right there, napping in my lap, a little doggy. I said, go ahead, work away. Dr. Dina's a Navy vet, ranked a master dentist, which only 1% can say. She's been doing veneers since before anybody even knew what that was. My first visit was 30 years ago. Cosmetic dentistry, cleaning, bridges, crowns, especially keeping your teeth and gums healthy to last as long as you do. Veterans automatic 10% discount. Just tell them when you call. Atlanta Smiles, 404-262-7733. It's atlantasmiles.com. Your new smile's waiting for you. atlantasmiles.com. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. Ask for the doggy. atlantasmiles.com.
Hey, Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. And now the security riddle of the day. When times get tough, where do you keep your stuff? Answer, in a quality safe from the Safe House, of course. Don't go to a big box store and get a fake safe. That would be as effective as Joe Biden's fake border policy. For over 30 years, the Safe House has been providing the best quality safes on the market. Brands like Browning, Fort Knox, and Champion. And with the largest selection of safes on display in Georgia, we're confident we can help you pick the right safe to fit your needs. So drop by our huge showroom or go to atlantasafehouse.com.
As the year comes to a close, now is the perfect time to evaluate your estate plan to protect your hard-earned assets from the high tax rates. Nelson Elder Care Law is here to help you keep your assets secure for future generations. As a family-owned and family-focused business, our mission is to exceed your expectations, offering absolute assurance and peace of mind. With our expertise in customized estate planning, Medicaid planning, probate administration, guardianship, and conservatorship, we protect what matters most to you. Schedule a free legacy planning meeting today to discover how we can help families just like yours. Don't let the government decide how to spend your money. Contact us at 678-250-9355, 678-250-9355. Or visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com. Nelson Elder Care Law, your partner in asset protection.
For anyone who's ever dreamed of cooking competition quality barbecue, Southern Thunder Barbecue School has the perfect gift. Introducing Barbecue with the Pros, a hands-on cooking school experience where you'll learn from award-winning barbecue grand champions. It's the ultimate holiday gift. Imagine standing shoulder to shoulder with the pros, mastering the art of barbecue. Register now or purchase your gift certificates online at SouthernThunderBBQ.com. That's SouthernThunderBBQ.com.
The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Organizations like Georgia Tech.
Hi, this is Jay Batten, Director of Athletics here at Georgia Tech. This is an incredible place. The history of success, the coaches that have been here, everybody from Heisman to Coach Dodd to Coach Curry to Coach Ross, even now to Coach Key. We've got this tremendous history of success. This is an anchor here in Midtown Atlanta. This is such a growing, vibrant market, particularly for college sports. You know, Atlanta has one of the highest percentages of college sports fans for any major metro. The work being done over my shoulder is a first of many steps towards our continued evolution towards the very highest level and reestablishing Georgia Tech athletics at that championship caliber. We continue to invest in the fan experience here in Bobby Dodd.
To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit GeorgiaPower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
Boy, did this song get played on the radio about 1 million times a day. Holy smokes. Bruce Hornsby and The Range, #1 with a singles chart, The Way It Is, hit number 15 in Britain.
Standing in line, marking time, waiting for the welfare dime.
Just stand in line. Bruce Hornsby and his brother John wrote the thing that made explicit reference to the American Civil Rights Movement, heavily sampled by Tupac Shakur in his song Changes from 1998. This was 86. Bruce Hornsby wrote the thing. Just the way it is, baby. Our birthdays include the hideous Dick Van Dyke. Made it to 99, says he's ready to die, doesn't care what the deal is. He got rescued from the fires the other day. So he was crawling out of his house and he let his cat die or whatever it was, apparently. And by the way, I'm glad he's alive and everything's fine. He was one of my favorite comedian actor things and all, but Dick Van Dyke, my God. On the other hand, he's also a scumbag who hates America, what we stand for, and he calls people like me white supremacists and a danger to democracy. He believes Donald Trump's a danger and we're all in trouble and, the country's going to go to hell. And so, happy birthday, and I really resent it. Honestly,
Go rot.
Just for the record. Anyway. 455. Screw on that part. The list of toys to avoid has just come out. We're going to do the Joe Scarborough thing in a minute here, Flounder, too. Some of the toys to avoid here this Christmas season. Mrs. Fields' Easy Bake electric chair. Now that to me, these are not really for children. Dr. Nasal's instant earache featuring the ear canal crossbow. I just think
you're forgetting Ernest Mainway's bag of glass.
Oh, well, I've got a few more of those. Hold on a minute. I got them right here. How about Irving Mainway's bag of Ebola? Or bag of scalded puppies. Again, that's one of the... how about bag of umbilical cords? That's a bag of pus, bag of barf, bag of toenails with fungus. I mean, there's just so many to choose from.
Dan Aykroyd playing Mr. Mainway. And Candace Bergen was the interviewer. It's one of the the funniest thing.
And remember when they were doing there was his bass,
the
bass-o-matic. He put the bass in the blender. Oh my God! I never missed Saturday Night Live in the '70s. Honestly, it was one of the great shows. It changed everything. Who ever heard of doing something that late at night live? I mean, it was unheard. Well, they had to do it with Steve Allen days and back then. But still, for a comedy thing like that, what a change. All right, VAR 56. Got it, Kip. What's the matter, Flounder? What do you
Real quick, we got every Friday Susan on the horn.
Every Friday, Susan. Hey, baby, how's it going? Merry Christmas early. What's going on?
Merry Christmas. So I read an article. I guess there's either a board or a national council that approves words for the National Spelling Bee.
Yeah, I got that story right in front of me. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so they're changing the spelling of woman from WOMAN or EN to YN.
Yeah. Woman.
And I thought, and I thought that was kind of rich, only because aren't the Progressive Democrats the party that can't define what a woman is?
Well, in fact, that's what made it so funny. The spelling bee has approved the list of words for woman, including the spelling WOMYN. And then someone said, wait a minute, you can't make this up because there's a skit on Babylon Bee where they were fighting over the definition of woman in the Supreme Court because Supreme Court Justice Bippity Boppity Boo didn't know what a woman was, and now they're trying to define a different way. I mean, the whole thing is hysterical. The National Spelling Bee's in this stuff.
It's rich. And the other thing that I found kind of a little ironic, which some people maybe just didn't pick up on, but if you look at just the pure letter Y, there's 2 chromosomes, X and Y, and the Y is a what chromosome?
That's right. It's for the girls.
Think about, wrap your head around that.
I love it. Every Friday.
Have a good night.
Thanks. You have a great day. 4:58. Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. A little Nucky's Hoagies thing here, Flounder. I think we have time for a little Nucky's Hoagies Flounder's funny for the naughty little Subway sub-sister girls, the sub-sisters, Stacy and Shannon. Flounder, are you okay in there? Are you all right?
Oh, all right. Here we go. Sorry.
Oh, well, that's not the right one. We're doing a Flounder's funny.
Oh, I'm sorry. The in-laws
just saying. Nobody told me this.
The in-laws just got in town and they were texting me. So here we go.
Okay, you take care of your family first.
Look for your cat.
Here we go.
You hide from your dog. Does that make sense?
Look for your cat. Hide from your
You don't know where your cat is. Like, people say cats are evil, and they are. But they're also all set. You know what I mean? They're fine. They're off learning to meditate or some shit. They're rolling their own cigarettes. When I left the house with my dog, I had to toss a tuna steak and do a barrel roll out the window just so he wouldn't be like, is this forever? But if you have a cat and you see your cat, you're excited. You're like, it's like a B-list celebrity sighting. It's like seeing John Stamos napping in a sunbeam in your kitchen. Oh my God, we have a cat? Scoop it up. I knew I wasn't crazy. Take pictures with the cat, selfies with the cat, proof you have a cat. Put the cat down. It's like, don't tag me. Don't tag me.
Who's
Mr.
that
Pete
there?
Holmes right there.
I'm sorry?
Mr. Pete Holmes.
Pete Holmes. I'll be damned. Boys, coming up on 5 o'clock. Holy mackerel. 404-741-1230. 1230 is the number if you'd like to join us. Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. Let it rip Friday, and darkness has fallen, as we expect. All right, look out. Here we go. Stand by.
and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Lee Branch Jewelry and Watches.
The federal government under pressure. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News, as a chorus of concern about drone sightings grows louder.
New Jersey can't become the Wild West of drone activity. No state can become the Wild West of drone activity. And Americans shouldn't have to worry about what's flying unauthorized overhead.
New Jersey Congressman Josh Gottheimer among the multiple members of Congress joining state and local officials to demand answers and ask for more help to identify what's been flying around several states.
There was an interagency conversation this morning about this topic where we have now decided to employ some additional technology to New Jersey and some additional personnel to try to get a better sense of what these things are.
But White House National Security Communications Advisor John Kirby also says at this point, FBI and Homeland Security investigators still say there's no evidence of a public safety threat and that many of the suspected drones may be manned aircraft. New details uncovered in the search for an American journalist missing in Syria.
One current and 3 former U.S. officials telling Reuters American journalist Austin Tice escaped a Syrian prison in 2013 and was spotted in the streets of Damascus before being recaptured soon after. This being called the strongest evidence to suggest that forces loyal to since ousted Syrian President Bashar al-Assad held Tice. Tice, a Marine veteran and freelance reporter, was taken captive in 2012. U.S. intelligence agencies have followed up on thousands of tips to find him over the last decade. President Biden recently saying he believes Tice is alive.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. We got word today that detained American Travis Timmerman, freed after the fall of the Assad regime, has been flown out of Syria by the U.S. military. A fight over California's strict emissions limits on vehicles heads to the U.S. Supreme Court, which agrees to hear an appeal from fuel producers challenging an EPA waiver that allows California to have tougher limits. America's listening to Fox News.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation welcomed U.S. Army Specialist Brent Menard into a new mortgage-free smart home in Florida. Now, while on a road clearance mission in Afghanistan, Brent's vehicle was blown up by an improvised explosive device. Brent became a T4 paraplegic. Tunnel to Towers built him a specially adapted smart home that allows severely injured heroes like Brett to live more independently. We hope you'll donate $11 a month so this great work can continue. Just go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org.
Hear that? The sound of your antique fountain pen gliding across linen paper as you journal in the park. And if you were here, you'd be inspired by the warm breeze. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. And the wind in your face on the road is all the inspiration you need. So if you ride, get a quote and see if you could save with Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Now that's inspiring. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Let's get it together, ladies. Let's shoulder, right a blank. Ready on your dog, target. Hair, help, hair, road guards out. Hair, help, look out. It's only me. It's only the Kipper. How you doing? 503 with Pete Davis and Flounder on Let It Rip Friday. Anything goes, as always. Here's number 404-741-1230. 741-1230. And it's almost Christmas, and we got kind of things in the spirit coming up. We'll have Holy Crap at Sports. We have Pete's Tweets. We also have Flounder's Funnies. And we also have this hour kind of a pre-Christmas treat. From we have a Christmas treasure chest, and we're opening up a little thing for you today, a little bit later on this afternoon. Pete Davis, I've got Mr. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer right there for us. Special for our YouTube audience to enjoy. Anyway, boys, everything's fine. It's looking good. What do you think about the idea of get rid of daylight saving time? Trump says we should get rid of it entirely, purely right now. Or I think we should do that one permanently.
I like it. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I like more daylight in the summertime. I think it makes people happier. I think people spend more time together. I think you spend more time as families. I'll bet you. And we get home from work and you still hit balls to your kids or play catch or something. I mean, I remember the summertime is the longer the better, and I don't know what's wrong with that the rest of the year. Anyway, 404-741-1230. A lot of, Flounder, how'd you like that cookie? I found the new way to make my peanut butter cookies. So I kind of double them up, and then I take them out way too early, leave them in the pan, which is still hot, and after time when they get a little teeny bit of brownness on the bottom of it is the time to make sure they don't get any more heat. But
I'm a big fan. I like them. They're really good.
Now, I brought you some today, and I'm not sure that they came out the same.
The one I had yesterday was I think a little better than the one today, but the one today was delicious.
Yeah. Okay, well, I hope so. Anyway, and I'll keep making them. For some reason, I'm on a thing now with peanut butter cookies. I don't know why, but I'm on a thing with peanut butter cookies. All right, 5:05, and that was our morning show memorial time check. They're going to start doing that. It was so cute today. Tug and the smart one had a little thing because Tug was talking about birthdays, and so the smart one started giving him a lot of crap, and then the Rhino, the Sahi kid, was going, come on, you guys, we're not doing birthdays in history. And now I guess they were looking at the numbers, figuring they better get on board to this whole program we got going here. So I don't know.
Wait a minute. All three were there?
Well, and we could hear them. I'm sure they weren't all three in the same place. No, I mean, that's never happened. In fact, there's a lottery on, which one every Tuesday and then an alternating Wednesday. It's kind of a whole thing there. 506, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And they're going after the death penalty for the two scumbags, as alleged, of course. I know they're scumbags. Gangbangers from Venezuela's gang got into Texas in June. And a 12-year-old girl named Jocelyn Nungare left her mother's apartment to go get a soda at the nearby convenience store. And that's when the two scumbags, aged 26 and 22, lured her out of the store and kidnapped her. They lured her, 12 years old, under a bridge. The two of them stayed with her for 2 hours, took her pants off, tied her up, killed her, and threw her body into the bayou. Her mother testified before Congress. She told the committee the suspects threw her daughter off the bridge thinking the creek below would wash away their DNA. Quote, because of the Biden-Harris administration open border policies, catch and release, they were enrolled in the Alternatives to Detention program. That meant they were released into the United States. This is the mother speaking. It was not even a full 3 weeks later that they would take my daughter Jocelyn Hungary's life. The Democratic policies of open borders, she said, have failed the American public. If the Justice for Jocelyn Act filed by Senator Ted Cruz or any of the policies that President-elect Trump is pushing hard had been in effect, it's likely that Jocelyn would be alive today. Illegal immigrants coming across our border. And by the way, in the news today, our border czar, Tom Homan, is now saying, now, wait a minute, we're putting a stop to, have you heard the latest crap they're doing? Biden, I got it right here. Hold on a second. Here we go. President scumbag. And again, this is not a nice man. He's not old Uncle Joe who's sorry to leave office now. He's a criminal. He's a pervert and a child molester and a danger to America. And he's been responsible for because of his lack of freaking character or balls or anything else to do the right thing for this country. And now to get back at Donald Trump again and his own Democrats, this man is out of control. I don't even think he knows it. I think he's just being freaky. He's now selling all the border wall parts before Donald Trump can put them back up again. Flatbed trucks hauling away dismantled sections of the steel wall near Tucson, the hotspot for illegal crossings. A half mile's worth of parts removed every day. They're taking from 3 points, including Tucson, the goal to move it all off the border before Christmas. It's being sold through GovPlanet, an online auction house specializing in military surplus. Bidding starts at $5. You can bid on a part of the wall for $5.
The state of Texas is supposedly buying up a lot of it as much as they can.
Well, Holman says we're going to stop it. That's all. I mean, I love this guy Holman. He says, no. And I'll bet, I think he's put the fear of God in him. He had the meeting with the mayor in New York, who used to be a cop. He was like a chief of police or detectives or stuff. And now Holman says, well, he talked like a cop today when I was meeting with him. And now the mayor's all of a sudden saying, well, we need to get rid of these criminals in our city. Yeah, too late now, Mayor.
Do you see what Katie Couric said?
What?
She said the smartest thing the Republicans did was to take these illegals and these immigrants and put them in the blue cities, the blue states, and said, look, you want these policies? Here's what happens when you do it.
Look what happened in Chicago. They're ready to lynch their mayor. I mean, the people are saying, wait a minute.
He had to run out of the meeting yesterday.
Yeah, they had to escort him away. And these are poor black people who were coming for him. I mean, this is exactly what they deserved. Who didn't know this was going to happen? I mean,
they didn't think it would.
How dumb can you be? I mean, there's no way that you couldn't have foreseen all of this. How could think it's a good idea to let everybody in who wants to come in and let them go anywhere they want.
They thought they'd stay in Texas. They thought they'd stay down here or California. They wouldn't come to Chicago and Boston and Nantucket and, the east and west side of Manhattan.
Yeah. And what a smart move that was to start sending them to, sending them to Martha's Vineyard. Send them to, all the, oh my God, just brilliant. Okay, 5 time. We're going to play the soundbite of that girl, the stripper girl here, Flounder. Again, this horrible story in the news broke today. The former stripper who tried to convict the 3 Duke University lacrosse players of rape in 2006, almost 20 years ago. An exotic dancer. Her name is Crystal Mangum. She's now come clean to say that it was all a lie. Flounder, the soundbite of Crystal the stripper from the Duke lacrosse team.
I testified falsely against them by saying that they raped me when they didn't. And that was wrong. And I betrayed the trust of a lot of other people who believed in me. And made up a story that wasn't true because I wanted validation from people and not from God. And that was wrong. And I hope that they can forgive me.
She says, I want them to know I love them. The DA at the time, this guy Mike Neilfong, said in the interview on CBS, and everybody, all the reporters, all the anchors, Nancy Grace, all of them said, oh, this is a case of rape and racism, and it's unbelievable. There's no doubt they're guilty. The DA said, oh, the sexual assault took place, was racially motivated, and the DA said the DNA would prove their guilt and actually prove their innocence. And then he had to kind of take that back. But he also hid evidence. He got disbarred. He should have gone to prison for 25 years. He should have been the one to go to prison. The 3 kids did not get convicted. But again, the Duke University president took action against the team, accepted the head coach, lacrosse coach's resignation. The coach had to quit. He threw the kids out of school. They were all found innocent, of course. The state bar in North Carolina disbarred the DA for lying in court and withholding DNA evidence. He knew that they were innocent, and he did it anyway. He should have gone to prison. The 3 kids sued him, the university president, and the university, and I think they made millions. One of them stayed there for a while and graduated. Another went to Brown. Another went to Loyola. And this woman was also speaking from prison because she stabbed her boyfriend to death in March of 2011, serving an 18-year prison sentence. Also got convicted of setting a fire that nearly burned her 3 kids to death inside their house before she killed her boyfriend, stabbing him to death. My God. She's mentally ill. She's had problems and everything else. And she made it all up. And again, one of the lacrosse players tried to help her. I remember the testimony says, my God, she was drunk and we tried to make sure she got into her car okay. So she wouldn't, be left alone somewhere. God, this is just, everything about this was hideous. And this was all the beginning of the, believe the girl. And then, those guys' lives, man. At least it's out in the open, but it's, a little short now. Kind of late, almost 20 years. 5:30, Holy Crap of Sports and Pete's Tweets and a little special Christmas trick. Call coming up this hour. Give her Pete and Flounder right here. The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's a camera. How's it going? Here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
These phrases, I believe, are designed and became part of the American lexicon in an effort to dampen down the idea of merit or accomplishment. One of them is the less fortunates, whatever, and it creates the impression that these people, the homeless, the drug addicts, they just weren't lucky. It has nothing to do with merit. It has nothing to do with character or principle. It's all about luck. If you can pay your rent, make your car payments, feed your children, you're just lucky. If you can't, well, you're just less lucky. The less fortunate.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Give the gift of Braves baseball this holiday season. The Braves Holiday Pack includes tickets to 5 games during the 2025 season. Now with a premier option, including games against the Dodgers, Red Sox, and Orioles, starting as low as $110. Or the value option, which includes matchups against the Phillies, Nationals, and Twins, starting at $75. Visit Braves.com/holiday to select your holiday pack plan and preferred seating option before they're sold out. Atlanta Braves baseball, we are Braves country.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
Sequoia National Golf Club is located 45 minutes west of Asheville, North Carolina, and nestled among the oak, fir, and flowered valleys in the heart of the Great Smoky Mountains. Owned by the Eastern Band of the Cherokee, this Robert Trent Jones II design offers an idyllic 18-hole journey filled with panoramic vistas on every hole, beautiful landscapes, and a fun mountain golf experience. Enjoy a relaxed lunch or afternoon beverage on the outdoor deck with 180-degree views of the Great Smoky Mountains. The surrounding community also provides golfers a welcoming environment that is rich with Native American culture and exciting year-round attractions. Sequoia National Golf Club is just 4 miles from Harrah's Cherokee Casino Resort and just a short drive from Atlanta. Experience a fun afternoon of golf with your friends or stick around for an epic stay-and-play weekend. Experience mountain golf at its finest and then go hit the casino floor. Book your tee time at sequoianational.com. That's sequoianational.com. Experience the majesty and beauty of Sequoia National, mountain golf at its finest.
Hey, it's Kimmer. Let me ask a question. Are you self-employed, self-insured, maybe a small business owner? For those of us who are healthy right now, what happens when you get chronically ill? Could be fine, but that could wipe you out. You think Obamacare is going to help you figure this stuff out? Good luck getting somebody to answer the phone. Well, I got a guy. Steven, the health insurance doctor, has a better solution. It's the non-Obamacare health plan. These plans are available year-round, open enrollment periods, $0 deductibles, no co-payments when you see your doctor. You have the power of a nationwide PPO, whatever that is, to see any doctor, any hospital. The health insurance doctor's clients saving up to 60% over Obamacare, many saving up to $10,000 a year in premiums. The health insurance doctor's been serving Metro Atlanta for decades. Stephen has thousands of satisfied clients. Stephen, the health insurance doctor, will personally answer your call, always help you, and it's free, no cost to you. You don't have to pay him. The health insurance doctor, 678-523-0759. 678-523-0759. On the web, healthinsuranceDoctor.net.
Time is up. The IRS is in full collection mode for 2024, issuing liens, levies, and garnishments to anyone who has a past tax debt or unfiled tax returns. Don't wait till it's too late. Your paycheck and bank accounts are at risk of being seized. Call now and stop the collection process today. If you're living check to check, no matter how much you're making, you still may qualify for the Fresh Start programs offered by the IRS to reduce or even eliminate your tax debt. It's just a 5-minute call to get your options, and it's free. If you owe back taxes, have years of unfiled tax returns, under audit, have a wage or bank levy, or finally just want to sleep better, business or personal, call the experts at Republic Tax Relief while there's still time. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and tough. This veteran-owned company has the fight you need to take on the IRS. Don't go at it alone. The call is free. Call their hotline number now, 800-652-1714. That's 800-652-1714. Find out if you qualify today. Call 800-652-1714 or go to republictaxrelief.com.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary. Paid for by AMD Financial.
Here we go. 519 now. The Kimmer P. Flounder. Coming up, the liberals now, the AOC even says that denying somebody insurance coverage is an act of violence as they justify murder. Oh, my God. 519. Sponsored by RBM of Atlanta. Holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
Of the 10 NFL experts queried by the AtlantaFalcons.com website, 3 of the 10 have chosen Las Vegas, which is 2-11, to beat the 6-7 Falcons.
Well, it'd be good to see Brock Bowers. He set a record for rookie tight ends already. Oh, my goodness. That's going to be awful.
Falcons visit the Raiders Monday night, where they will try to become one of the few teams to ever lose to Desmond Ridder. I mean, these three experts just said Desmond Ridder is going to beat the Falcons.
Oh, Lord.
If they lose to the Raiders,
well,
it's over.
Yeah,
Fire, retread Raheem on the spot. I'm just saying.
Yeah, got to do something.
The fallout continues over Bill Belichick returning to coaching in college at North Carolina. Yeah. Brad Crawford tweets, Belichick's buyout at UNC drops from $10 million to $1 million after June 1st, 2025. He could leave for an NFL job at minimal cost before he even coaches his first game with the Tar Heels.
Yeah, but I don't see that. I guess he's excited about doing it. I can't believe he wants to deal with NIL and transfers and all.
Because that's NFL. Basically, he set it up. He says this is all just like the NFL now. It's not college anymore.
Yeah, trading.
He's ready to go.
I guess.
Most analysts think he took this job because Bill doesn't believe he'll get another fair chance at an NFL gig, and having to deal with Arthur Blank twice is one of those reasons. He thought that he was led on, whether it's true or not.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it. Makes sense.
Speaking of college and the NFL, what program has had the most draft picks in the last 5 seasons?
The most draft, which means they have the worst records. Probably Cleveland or Dallas.
What? No.
What? I misunderstood.
College.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The most draft picks in the last 5 seasons.
In the last 5 seasons? Georgia or Alabama, probably.
Well, pick one.
Well, Georgia.
All right, Georgia with 49. That's one ahead of Alabama.
Wow.
One ahead of Alabama.
Oh my God, I got both of them. I can't believe it.
Okay. Who's coming number 3?
That would be Texas or Oklahoma. One of the two.
That would be
hold on. Number 3?
The arch rival of
Ohio State. Ohio State.
No.
Michigan?
Yeah,
Michigan? Yeah.
Michigan.
Excellent.
The 49ers' slim chance of making the playoffs were probably put to bed at home last night when they lost to the Rams 12-6 in a very exciting
game. 12-6.
That was horrible. The most excitement happened when 2 San Francisco linebackers got hurt, and head coach Kyle Shanahan asked Devondre Campbell to enter the game.
I know.
He refused.
Yeah, he didn't want to play.
And at the end of the third quarter, Devondre wrapped a towel around his head and walked off the field and into the locker room.
I don't get how's that possible?
Shanahan after the game said, quote, when someone says that, you move on. That's a somebody who doesn't want to play football. That's pretty simple. I think our team and myself, we know how we feel about that, so we don't need to talk about him anymore, end quote.
Yeah, good for him.
So far, he hasn't been cut yet, but it's coming.
Yeah. And by the way, I thought that young quarterback guy was a superstar, acting like a real stud star, and they were doing great. And then all of a sudden, something bad happened. They had great. Didn't they have a big? They're great defensive guys and some stars on that team. Well, I don't know what happened to them.
They've been injured all year. McCaffrey, he plays one year, is hurt the next. Plays 1 year, hurts the next. They put too much money into McCaffrey, and they're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
ESPN analyst Ryan Clark says Campbell should never play again on an NFL team.
Yeah, no kidding. I wouldn't want him. Would you? Would you want anything to do? I'll talk about a locker room disaster.
Showing once again the internet is forever. Somebody found 11-year-old tweets from Devondre where he talks about how handsome he is in the mirror, and he can't walk by a mirror without stopping and looking at himself, and how he should quit football and become a male model. Yeah, good luck with that. The Dolphins have released wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. back into the wild.
Ooh.
If you see him, hand him a buck or two.
Yeah.
Odell finishes his Miami career with 9 catches and 55 yards. This guy's been so overrated for the last 6 years. I mean, he barely plays, and they just keep giving him money and chances.
Wow. Yeah.
Colorado two-way player Travis Hunter is racking up the awards, winning the Walter Camp Award as Player of the Year, along with the Chuck Bednarik Award as the top defensive player, and the Biletnikoff Award for Best Wide Receiver.
Wow. Has that ever been done? Has that ever been done, I wonder?
I don't know.
I'll bet not.
They didn't say anything about it.
I don't remember anybody who's ever been 2 ways. When's the last player you knew who played 2 ways when these even awards were available? It's got to be 50, 75 years ago, probably.
Well, Woodson played a little bit, but he was returning kicks, I think, was mostly what he was doing.
But it was back, it was in the 50s in those days when they did that. Anyway.
Ashton Genty won the Maxwell Award, college football's top player, and the Doak Walker Award for nation's top running back, led the nation in rushing. Miami's Cam Ward, the Davey O'Brien National Quarterback of the Year Award. Coach of the Year, Indiana's Curt Cignetti, led them to a college football playoff after being picked to finish 17th of 18 Big Ten teams.
Wow.
South Carolina defensive end Cal Kennard captured the Bronco Nagurski Trophy as the top defensive player. Ohio State center Seth McLaughlin won the Remington Trophy. The Jim Thorpe Award, best defensive back, went to Texas cornerback Jahdae Barron. Top punter, Southern Cal's Eddie Jablicki, who captured the Ray Guy Award. Louisiana's Kenneth Almendarez picked as the top place kicker, winning the Lou Groza Award, Lou the Toad Groza. And Georgia's Jalen Walker, the Butkus Award, best linebacker. He headed into the playoffs with 57 tackles, 6.5 sacks, 10.5 tackles for loss. Texas left tackle Kelvin Banks Jr., the Outland Trophy, is the top interior lineman. Penn State's Tyler Warren, the John Mackey Award, given to who? The best what? John Mackey, Baltimore Colts.
Oh, and tight end.
Tight end. Very good, sir.
Excellent.
Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe won the William V. Campbell Award, the top scholar athlete. Oregon leading tackler Bryce Betcher captured the Burlsworth Trophy as the best player who started his career as a walk-on, which is very nice.
That's kind of cool. That's nice.
Tomorrow, the 125th Army-Navy game in Landover, Maryland. The Black Knights are ranked. The midshipmen are not.
Yeah. Well, it's true. The Army's got a great team, man. They do.
Baseball news. The Cubs got outfielder Kyle Tucker from the Astros in exchange for 3 players. A lot of people thought the Yankees were going to get him. But the Yankees did get Milwaukee closer Devin Williams in the trade, sending lefty starter Nestor Cortez, a prospect, and some cash to the Brewers. Williams, the 2-time All-Star, almost unhittable with that airbender changeup of his, until he got into the playoffs this year and gave up the go-ahead 3-run homer to Pete Alonso of the Mets back in the 9th inning.
Yes.
Not good. Not good. Today in sports history, December 13th in 2000, the Rico Brogna era began for the Atlanta Braves as they signed the first baseman. I know we all can look back and think of all the great game-winning hits that Rico Brogna brought to the franchise.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
2003, a trade that will live in infamy. The Cardinals trade outfitter J.D. Drew and catcher Eli Marrero to the Braves for 3 pitchers: Ray King, Jason Marquis, and Adam Wainwright. Drew has a solid season, but only plays 1 year in Atlanta, while Wainwright goes on to be the ace of the cards for years and years.
J.D. Drew. I remember the name J.D. Drew.
What a
They thought he was going to be big.
1936, NFL Championship Polo Grounds, New York City. Green Bay Packers beat the Boston who?
Whalers.
No, that's a good guess, though, but not the Whalers.
Oh, I don't know then. Boston Bruins?
The Redskins beat them 21-6.
Wow, there you are.
The Packers' 4th title. Redskins moved to Washington, D.C. the next season, 1937. 1956, Brooklyn trades Jackie Robinson to the crosstown rivals, the New York Giants. Robinson refuses the trade and retires to work for Chock full of Nuts instead.
I remember that, yeah.
In 1969, manager Billy Martin fired by the Minnesota Twins. So I'm thinking, was that the marshmallow salesman fight incident?
Oh, there were so many.
No, that was 1979.
Yeah.
10 years later, the Yankees fired him for supposedly punching out a marshmallow salesman. The next year, Billy's already managing the Oakland A's at that point, okay? And he's going to Minnesota for the first time, and some guy starts throwing marshmallows at him.
Oh, yeah, that'll do
And he
it.
tries to jump into the stands, and his coaches and everybody grab him and pull him back in the dugout. So the post-game press conference goes like this. I'm going to cut it down a little bit. I'm going to edit some of this here. Here's what Billy Martin said about the guy throwing marshmallows. It was a young kid with a French queer's hat on.
French queer?
Whatever that looks like.
I'm trying to imagine.
Yeah, well, aren't they all?
What kind of?
When I went up there, I didn't know whether to kiss him or punch him. I thought he would have caressed me. He was a big, fat blank that rhymes with the word bag.
Oh, my.
Okay.
Well.
It had to be a bag because he was throwing marshmallows, end quote.
Oh, my. Hell, he got fired from the Yankees about 4 times. I mean, you read the story of Billy Martin. I mean, oh, my God. And again, the story when he and Whitey Ford and Mickey Mantle.
That's horrible.
I'm not going to tell this. I won't, but I'm telling you, if you haven't read the shenanigans of those guys in that time, the ball four, I mean, all those novels back there.
And every
50s.
time that Mantle and Ford would get caught, the blame went to Billy.
Yeah, Billy Martin, 529. A couple of sports birthdays actions here, Pete, and things. In 2007, baseball's Mitchell Report. 85 or 80-something names connected to a scandal involving performance-enhancing drugs, 2007. 1973, this day, the World Football League gives its first franchise to Detroit. And you may recognize the last name, 1922, Charles Ebbets proposes putting numbers on the players' sleeves or caps so you know who the heck they are when they're playing. 5:30, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3. Let it rip Friday. Look out. Here we go.
Latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust. Your best new follow on social media is XTRA 106.3. We're at XTRA 106.3 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite extra personalities. Get the latest on our live events, and so much more. Follow at XTRA 106.3 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
Yeah, it's only me. It's only Kimmer. Oh, by the way, I do need to explain something. Yes, when I mentioned the fact that I went to my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler, Atlanta Smiles, first time like 30 years ago. Yes, it's clear that she was America's first 8-year-old dentist. An amazing story of dental school. Well, never mind. But anyway, she's been doing this for so long. And I love to talk about Atlanta Smiles. This office full of Kimmer babes who have a big smile on their face. Honestly, it's the happiest place you ever saw. I mean, they do a great job. I mean, they're all professionals, but they're real Kimmer babes. They're true Americans. They just, believe in happy times and taking care of your teeth. Remember, the older you get, the more you have to take care of your teeth because we're now outliving them in many cases. Ask me, I can give you an example. Bridges, crowns, cleaning, cosmetic dentistry, veneers. She was doing those for anybody who knew what that was. And by the way, Dr. Dina is a former Navy dentist, and she is a master dentist, which only 1% can ever say. And speaking of veterans get an automatic 10% discount. Just tell them when you call. Here's the number, 404-262-7733. Did I mention the doggy? I always get the gas, and I always get the doggy. Little doggy, but she will put a little doggy right in your lap to make you feel good while you're having your teeth worked on. I'm telling you, it's the darndest thing you ever saw. Please mention the Kimmer when you talk and make your appointment at atlantasmiles.com.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand and Mr. Buck's brand sweet onions. Each brand brings savory, sweet deliciousness to every meal. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand and your Mr. Buck's brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPSETC.com.
Hi, this is Bruce Hagen. And this is Matt Hagen. And at Hagen Law, family matters. We're not just lawyers. We're a father and son team committed to providing personalized legal representation for our clients. And it's important to me that we are a family-run business. If you've been in an accident or injured, make us your first call. We treat every case with the care and attention it deserves. With over 50 years experience of helping people, we are here to guide you every step of the way through your personal injury case. Hagen Law is a family firm where family matters, and we're going to treat you like your family. You can find everything you need to know at Hagen-Law.com.
You know the old expression, I love it when a plan comes together? Well, with our First Liberty Notes, this has been so true. Hello, I'm Brant Frost, founder of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about our family's company all the time right here on the station. For over 30 years, we've been the local lender who said yes when the big banks say no. A couple of months ago, we opened up our First Liberty Notes program to Main Street investors just like you, and the response has been just incredible. Folks from airline pilots to physicians to even pastors are now earning 8 to 13% interest rates while helping to fuel the growth of local small businesses. If you're a qualified investor with a minimum of $25,000, you too could be earning 8 to 13% interest. We'd love to have you join our First Liberty family today. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com and see if our First Liberty Notes are right for you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com. That's FirstLibertyGA.com.
First Liberty Notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. SEC accredited investor status must be verified. Securities not offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches would like to wish you a Merry Christmas and thank all of you who have made Lee Brandt a success. There is no greater feeling than making Christmas special for someone you love. And special Christmas memories are made at Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches, where quality, value, and service are the Lee Brandt difference. Also, check out Lee Brandt's pre-owned Rolex watches for a timeless gift that will be cherished forever. Located in Sandy Springs in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center, or visit LeeBrandt.com.
Jimmy. I got 535. Timber, Pete, and Flounder. Okay. Heartbreaker. 1966, Jimi Hendrix TV debut, Ready, Steady, Go. Mark Bolan was on the show. This is a British thing. Jimi Hendrix Experience recorded Foxy Lady on this day, 1968. The U.S. version of Are You Experienced listed the song with a spelling mistake as Foxy Lady with an E in the Foxy, and it's how it was still known among the North American fans. Misspelled, but special for Jimmy.
How I spell it.
Why not? 536 to the phones. Rick the Painter, Let It Rip Friday. What's up, Rick the Painter? How you doing? Here we go. Stand by.
Hey, yeah, give her a little rip, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, I like to be on topic when I call in.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Anyway, Flounder mentioned earlier his in-laws are in town.
In-laws, yeah.
And my experience with that went this way. With my starter in-laws, that keyword starter, this kind of led to my divorce. Anyway, we went to the family Christmas dinner, and we were sitting around the Christmas dinner, and my wife nudged me. It was getting kind of quiet. My wife nudged me, my starter wife. She nudged me and said, tell one of your jokes. And I said, well, okay, sure. I said, what's the difference between in-laws and outlaws? And Granny goes, what? I said, in-laws or outlaws are wanted.
Ho, hey. And the in-laws were there and heard the, wow, golly, Merry Christmas to the, all right, I'll see you, there you go. God, it's amazing that he mentioned he got divorced over that. It's hard to believe. Our birthday list, and Clyde P. Davis, you'll like this. Rex and Rob Ryan are 62 large and loud twin sons of coaching legend Buddy Ryan, both fired by the Buffalo Bills in 2016, which is fairly amusing. I got to get my Mr. Phone out here because I got a little double historical thing here. On this day, I'll get hit to Froggy. Here we go. On this day, 1961, Grandma Moses passed away. Do you know who Grandma Moses? Everybody's heard the term Grandma Moses. Grandma Moses was an artist who left home at the young age of about 10 to work as a neighboring farm girl. She got married and had 10 children. Only 5 lived past infancy. Again, we're talking 1860 when she was born. She got married in 1887. Farm wife and mother, supported her family by selling various homemade food. She hated doing knitting and sewing, but she entertained herself making needlework pictures, and her friends started saying, gee, this farm life stuff is beautiful. And she said her arthritis made it impossible to keep going. They said, try painting. So she used house paint, leftover canvas, fireboard. She just picked up things around the area, used whatever materials were on hand there, and had little concern for perspective or proportion. She drew farm life, fields and storms and barn dances and holidays in New York and Virginia, omitted telephone poles, tractors, and elements of the effects of industrialization. Her work became immensely popular, appreciated for nostalgic charm. She exhibited her work internationally until she was in her 90s. She didn't even start painting until she was 78. She painted until a few months before she died on this day in 1961 at the age of 101 years old. Grandma Moses. 539, Cameron, Pete, and Flounder. Our 5 o'clock hour brought to you by our friends at Lee Brandt Jewelers. Luxury jewelry and watches are affordable. Drop by their store in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com. 539, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Oh, Donald Trump says they ought to start shooting down those drones. I love it. Hey, but hold on, first we have something called Pete's Tweets.
Before we do Pete's tweets, we got a little breaking news here, and it is the sad news, but it's kind of good news, too. Randy Moss has gone on Instagram to share that he is battling cancer, is what has been going on. Yeah. He's having to use a cane because he can't walk without a cane right now. He looks kind of very frail in the Instagram video. It was live. Says he's been up in the hospital the last 6 days in Charlotte, and he's battling cancer, and he says he's going to beat it.
Doesn't say what kind or where or anything like that.
I believe it's liver cancer.
Liver cancer? Yeah, it makes sense. They thought he had jaundice from just his appearance. So, well, we'll see. Yeah. Well, good luck. Good luck to him.
All right, Pete's tweets. Listener Chuck tweets, I was having a good day until I realized that I share a birthday with Taylor Swift.
Friday the 13th today.
Darren tweets, half the city of Bradford, England's babies are born each year to Pakistani mothers. 2/3 of those women are married to either first or second cousins. So imagine a society like that in 2 or 3 generations. It'll look something like, well, Pakistan.
Isn't that what we just talked about of leading to birth defects and all kinds of horrible things? And like 30% of the kids, it's so unbelievable.
They're not only will they won't be British, but they'll be half brain dead and birth defected.
Yeah. Good Lord.
Okay. The great thinker Thomas Sowell said, the more I study the history of intellectuals, the more they seem like a wrecking crew, dismantling civilization bit by bit, replacing what works with what sounds good.
Yeah, think what's better for everybody because we know better. Oh, my God, what a great point.
Sign seen in front of the New Hope Baptist Church reads, blessing of the animals this Sunday, barbecue after the service. Dan says that tacos cannot solve all your problems.
Yeah.
That's what extra tacos are for.
That's right, more tacos.
It blows my mind that NASA is able to receive data from 5 billion miles away from Voyager, but I lose my Wi-Fi signal in the kitchen. And if you get an email with the subject, knock, knock, do not open it. It's a Jehovah's Witness working from home.
Very funny. By the way, speaking of immigrants, they had a soundbite today, it's out there somewhere, where the mayor of New York City, former cop, met with Tom Homan, the border czar, and the mayor of New York was saying they was trying to agree on being a cop type stuff, and he said, if we haven't heard this statistic before, it's now appearing that it may be as many as 500,000 children have disappeared in America from coming over the border. 500,000. And here's also what was also discovered in some of the things that have just come across from the Border Patrol investigations. The problem with this policy of the administration is, among other things, is that the people who are responsible for being the signees what the hell is this? The people who sign for their well-being, say he's coming to live with me, or whatever the hell, the people who sign for them. When an illegal person comes over, they have somebody to sign for them, and therefore they know where they live and stuff like that. It turns out that somebody did an investigation, and they found out that something like the same name, the same organization, the same email, and the same 187-word response was used for thousands and thousands of the children who are now gone and disappeared. In other words, it's a system of like drug smuggling, cartel gangs or something.
Sex.
They even, sex. Oh my God, to think about this with children. And they actually, and the Border Patrol people, if they get something and it looks like it's official, they let them go. And somebody's been using the same thing thousands and thousands of times, just copying it, and they're letting them go, and now they don't know where they are.
Some of the addresses are right to strip joints.
Sponsors, I'm sorry. Strip joints.
Some of the addresses.
And most of them are phony. I mean, and again, they had the example was there was an explanation of why they're safe and sound with you for the sponsor, and it was the same paragraph word for word for thousands of different cases. Just, I mean, this is our system.
This was happening under Trump. It'd be the biggest news every night.
I mean, seriously, think about it. I can't. Hold on a second. Let's see. In a few minutes, we're going to do a little Christmas entertainment for you, in case you missed it. First of all, one thing. Pete Davis found this, and I think this is fairly interesting, and I'll bet it's true, and I'm not going to change, unfortunately. University of Michigan did a study. How much time do you take off your life if you eat junk food or happy fun food like cheeseburgers and Cokes and hot dogs? The study at University of Michigan found if you have a hot dog, you're going to take 36 minutes off your life for each hot dog. If you wash it down with a soda, you're shaving another 12 minutes off your life. That's 48.
But it's at the end. It's the worst time anyway.
Right, exactly. Fine. You can take off my last part. They found that for every 10% of daily calories from fruits and vegetables instead of beef and processed meat, if you have every 10% of daily calories, fruits and vegetables will add 48 minutes to your lifespan. So they're trying to prove 75% of the food in America is ultra-processed, beaming with additives, potentially harmful ingredients. The study found hot dogs were the worst, followed by cured meats like prosciutto. Eggs and breakfast sandwiches are third worst. It's because of the fat and nitrites and nitrates and stuff like that, which is linked to colon cancer by the body after they're consumed. They're preservatives and linked to substance that links to colon cancer. Bacon, same thing, although the bacon only takes 6 minutes off your life. Cheeseburgers take 9. Anyway.
Did you see where the number one...
the number. Are you about to do this?
No, go ahead.
All right. The number one best thing for helping you have a plant-based life and living a longer time, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's the best thing for adding healthy years, 32 minutes of a healthy lifespan, and it's not because of the jelly, it's because of the peanuts. Nuts and seeds are the second best thing ever. Fruits are number 3. The peanut butter sandwich is a benefit because of the peanuts. Now add to your every morning for breakfast. You know what I have? I have English muffins with butter and peanut butter. As much peanut butter as I can put on them until it melts off. Every single morning.
Someone said the number one baby formula, doctor-recommended baby formula in America, the number one ingredient in it is something called corn syrup solids.
Wow.
And the rest of it is a bunch of soy.
Yeah, I'll bet. I remember feeding I did all the baby feedings overnight with all the green pea stuff and
with
squash stuff. Yeah, with real fruit, real vegetable things. Absolutely. But not anymore, I guess. 5:46, it's Christmas time. Coming up, a little entertainment for you. Flounders Funnies, we got it all. Give her Pete and Flounder right here.
The road from now to Inauguration Day is bound to be littered with fake news and doomsday media, which is why XTRA 106.3 is proud to continue as the conservative voice of Atlanta.
This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before.
The Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, Neil Boritz, local and national decision makers are all coming to the table as we inch closer toward the new Trump administration. We're live every day on 106.3 FM, live video on YouTube and streaming across Georgia on the XTRA 106.3 app.
It's here. It's called winter. Is your furnace ready to make sure you're warm inside and you keep the cold weather outside? Well, if you're not sure, you need to talk to the folks at Central Heating and Air Conditioning. Central Heating and Air is one of the few second-generation locally owned HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947, and it's still that way today. Give Central a call at 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com. Central Heating and Air Conditioning can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Carrier products, carrier warranty, carrier peace of mind. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, your Atlanta carrier expert since 1947. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com. That's 770-GET-HEAT, centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Hey, it's front office lows for Howard Brothers and Kawasaki. Don't let winter slow you down this year. Stay prepared with Kawasaki parts. The parts that keep your equipment ready for action no matter the season. Kawasaki genuine parts are designed to deliver the durability and performance you can rely on. And you can find these dependable parts at Howard Brothers. They've got everything Kawasaki, from engines and blades to belts and filters. All things to keep your machines in peak condition year-round. Make this winter your most productive one yet with Kawasaki and Howard Brothers.
Hi, my name is Steve from Marietta, and we hired ATL Turf Co. to build our dream backyard golf setup. They installed a large 4-hole putting green, a sand bunker, a short game area, and did a full conversion to artificial grass around the pool with decorative retaining walls. ATL Turf Co. was really creative. They were efficient. The installation was a breeze. Price was completely reasonable, and I definitely appreciated their communication throughout the project. I would definitely recommend ATL Turf Co. to anybody thinking about doing a backyard makeover. You can check them out online right now at atlturfco.com.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. Okay, you're driving along. Suddenly you hear that horrible sound of metal and crunching. It's an accident. Even if it's a little minor fender bender, man, that could be a nightmare. First, obviously, take care of yourself. But before you make a deal with an insurance company or anybody else, call David Van Sant with Van Sant Law. You know why? Because he used to work for the insurance company, so he knows how to get the right settlement and right away. Van Sant Law. Don't forget, if you don't get paid, they don't get paid. Protecting your interests. Insurance is great, but it's complicated. 855-GA-INJURY or vansantlaw.com.
Driving is a freedom we often take for granted. In fact, many people list their ability to drive to their work as a core need for them, even higher than having a roof over their head. But what happens when freedom is taken and an unexpected breakdown happens? Nobody needs it, and who can afford it? With prices skyrocketing due to inflation, we can barely afford the trip to our grocery store, let alone a car breakdown. But you can help protect yourself and your wallet by picking up the phone and calling CarShield. Call CarShield now at 800-227-6100. For over 20 years, CarShield has been helping Americans protect their out-of-warranty vehicles, whether car, truck, or SUV, protecting up to 5,000 parts and systems in nearly all makes and models. And with affordable monthly plans to fit any budget, you got to call CarShield now. Call them at 800-227-6100, 800-227-6100, or visit carshield.com/Beck. That's carshield.com/Beck. Get a free quote and 20% off. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
Yes, it's almost Christmas.
C is for the candy trimmed around the Christmas tree. H is for the happiness with all the family.
This is the way it used to be, my
R
friend.
is for the reindeer prancing by the window
The
pane.
Christmas alphabet.
I is for the icing on the cake as sweet as sugar cane.
It was 1955. Dickie Valentine was number one in Britain with Christmas Alphabet, the first Christmas song ever to reach number one. It was the first Christmas number one actually about Christmas, a trend that would continue off and on over the next several decades. And by the way, speaking of that, my friend Milton, who listens to the show a lot and does a lot of Facebook messaging with me, a lot of patriotic stuff, and Milton sent me the true story about Jingle Bells. And Jingle Bells originally had nothing to do with Christmas, and it might have had a lot to do with blackface and slavery. We'll get to it in a second. First of all, 552, holy cow. Our birthday list real quick. Ted Nugent, 76 years old today. John Davidson, remember he used to co-host That's Incredible with Kathy Lee Crosby. John Davidson's 83. Katherine Schwarzenegger, Mrs. Chris Pratt, is 35 today. And, one more historical thing, too. Remember the scandal this was these freaking Democrats. We got a special Christmas coming up here. These freaking Democrats. Remember in 2014, this was the day in 2014, UN Ambassador Susan Rice, still responsible for the destruction of America today. Susan Rice, UN Ambassador, withdrew consideration to replace Hillary Rodham P. Stinky Fart Cabbage as Secretary of State after running into opposition from Republicans because of this. Susan Rice, do you remember, explained that the September attack on the U.S. consulate in Benghazi, Libya, that killed the ambassador Chris Stevens and 3 other heroic Americans. And that's the one where Hillary Rodham P. Stinky Fart Cabbage says, what difference at this point does it make? Well, Susan Rice complained. She said, well, that whole attack was because of a spontaneous protest over some anti-Islamic videos. You know, you Republicans do this kind of stuff. So she tried to blame a video on the lack of security and the attack on the embassy. I mean, so Susan Rice finally had to take her name out. But again, she's still running things in Washington. Since then, oh my God. Well, you know the story. All right, 553. And now, hold on a second here. I got to get my intro. Flounder, I can't find my intro. Here we go. Flounder. We welcome you now with Sir Chichester Winford Wilfrost from England, who is about to entertain you with one of our favorite Christmas poems. Flounder, if you will, sir.
Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, had a very shiny nose. And if you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names.
Yes.
They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then,
One foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then, how the reindeer loved him, and they shouted out with glee, Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history.
Oh, my goodness. Sir Chichester, was another wonderful performance here as we head toward Christmas here with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And Rudolph is right there watching the whole thing on YouTube. I think it's kind of special. 5:55. A couple of things. If you have just joined us or just got back in the car after work and don't know what's going on, the DA in Texas is going for the death penalty for the two Venezuelan gangbangers who kidnapped, raped, and murdered the 12-year-old girl named Jocelyn Nungary back in June in Texas. Raped her for 2 hours. They abused her, threw her body into a creek in the bayou, hoping that the DNA would be washed away by the water. Her mother testified before Congress about this kind of stuff, and they're going for the death penalty, thank God. Let's see. Also, Donald Trump is saying we shoot down those drones. Yeah, Donald Trump says, just get them out of the sky. And again, it's almost, I'm at the stage now where at first I was upset about, I'm still upset about it because they must know this stuff. They must know what's going on. There's no way that this is all just guys who have their own personal drone. I mean, come on, you're killing me. Especially if they're the size of a bus or a car.
You know how many drones there are out there?
Oh, my God.
Millions.
I know. I mean,
I've got one.
I know. I mean, the whole thing is just getting silly. And now they're showing up everywhere. And I guarantee people are doing it just to throw their drone up there to see what else is going on. But the government has to have some kind of control. Why isn't somebody telling us what they are? If that were my company and I were doing a mapping thing for geology or geography or delivery packages, I would tell people, no, that's me. Don't worry about it.
What's with all these drones?
Yeah, nothing. I mean, seriously, nothing. I can't believe it. Also, Donald Trump wants to get rid of daylight saving time. Or does he want to have it all year? No, he wants to get rid of it.
He wants to get rid of it.
Which I think is wrong. I think I'll be the other way around.
Oh, well.
Anyway, I don't know. What do I know?
Right.
Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder of And over this weekend at the Army-Navy game, Daniel Penny is going to be an invited guest of Vice President-to-be J.D. Vance, and I can't wait. I'm going to try to make sure I get it or tape it or something because I'd love to see the reaction he's a Marine, and he also, saved people on the subway, the whole deal, and what he's been going through. Oh, boy, I'll bet the reaction's going to be outstanding.
Hey,
it better be.
Maybe he can save that sorry Navy team.
Ever since Joe Bellino or something, it's been a long time since the Navy and Roger Staubach. Joe Bellino was like in 1958 or something, if I remember correctly.
Staubach, early 60s.
That's right, yeah. And Bellino was a running back. I remember him.
You had Napoleon McCallum, wasn't he Navy?
Too, yes, he was Navy also. Yeah, right. Anyway, Flounder's Funnies, Duckies, Hoagies. One last shot here before we go. What do you think there, Flounder?
You gotta cook, you gotta do the dishes. That's fair, that's even, that's the trade. And while I am willing to do the dishes, I do not agree that this is an even trade. Now, I know there are dish people in this room right now that are hesitant to get on board with me because you are sitting with the cook person in your life. And that is fine. Stare straight ahead quietly. I'll say what needs to be said. Dishes sucks, all right, cooks? Sucks the whole time. It's not satisfying or fulfilling. There's no fun new dish recipes that we get to try. And it's even worse doing the dishes for someone who is cooking and knows that they will not be doing the dishes. Because this causes them to use every possible dish. I'll just put this mustard into a little bowl and then I'll put it in the pan. Just take it out of the jar and put it in the pan. For God's sake, run the spoon under some water for 3 seconds. Instead of just gluing it to the countertop. There you go, it lives there now. Get that off in the morning with a butter knife.
Who's that, Flounder?
That is Mr. Ivan Decker.
Oh, my goodness. Well, anyway, Kimber, Pete, Flounder. Plans for the weekend, Flounder?
I got some
You miss
in-laws in
Veronica?
town, so we'll be
good.
hosting Veronica's mom and sister.
And up in the mountains of Macon, Pete Davis.
Spaghetti night and resting.
Oh, my goodness. Well, anyway, Kevin Pete and Flounder have a great thing.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to, do a lot of charity work and do some homeless things. And, me and the girlfriend will, I'm going to get drunk. Christine, sing me home, baby. I got to go. You're killing me. It's over. Look out, Herb. Yeah.
The Morning Extra from 6 to 10 a.m. and The Kimmer Show from 3 to 6 p.m. Only on WFOM and W292EV Marietta. Extra 106.3.